the Diamond Store.
Ooh, boy, the holidays are busy. I can never get everything done. But my brother Chris, he was born ready. Heck, he was walking at 3 months. Me? I prefer the thrill of last-minute shopping.
Hi, I need some stuff quick.
Sure.
For my wife, my uncle, 3 cousins, and some elves.
All right.
There's only one Kris Kringle. For the rest of us, there's Best Buy.
This Wednesday comes the mother and father
Make sure Moses doesn't go in there. They have a cat.
of all comedies.
JT, no!
Meet the Fockers. Rated PG-13.
Go to ESPN.com or NFL.com now and click on Enhanced TV to interact live with tonight's game. Enhanced TV is brought to you by Intel and Microsoft. Experience the new home PC at digitaljoy.com.
Welcome back to Indianapolis, where tonight we may witness history. And it's no stretch to say that it's been history in the making for Peyton Manning since he was a little kid. He realized early on that he would never be the biggest, the strongest, or the fastest. Hard work would give him his edge. He and his dad, Archie, perfected his mechanics, 5-step drop, play-action fake. To this day, Peyton is maniacal about studying his own body movement. In high school, Archie taught him how to study film. Peyton filled notebooks with the opposing team's weaknesses, every tendency, every nuance. The ritual continues today. 7 years in the pros, no stone left unturned. You'd think it'd be getting easier. Peyton says no.
Defenses are more complex. Disguises are getting harder to read. Players are smarter, and it makes you feel good when you go out there and you're winning. It's hard to win a game now. It is, and it's hard to throw a touchdown. And so when you do, sometimes people say, "Oh, that was easy. It looked easy." It may have looked easy, but it took a lot of hard work to get that particular play accomplished or to get that game won. And I got more respect for the game now than I ever have in my 7 years.
Peyton's process continues during the game. On the sideline, there's an area set up just for him where he pores over photographs from the last series, each analyzed in painstaking detail. Mike, if Peyton does make history tonight, no one has earned it more.
Susie, you're right. He's the most prepared player I've ever seen. ESPN presents Visa SkyCam, innovative technology on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Visa SkyCam provides unique and memorable images from angles no other single camera in the world can achieve. And we're excited to bring it to you every Sunday night. Could be a very special night from Indianapolis. Back in a moment.
Focus, discipline, hard work. At American Century Investments, these are the values that guide our investment teams. And no matter what the market conditions may be, our teams stick to their game plan. Because we believe that's the best way to achieve a winning performance. American Century Investments, genuine results.
ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Here's the AFC divisional playoff picture. All division winners, including the Colts at 10-3. All 4 of these teams are going to stay exactly where they are through tonight's game. The Jets and Baltimore are currently the 2 wild card teams, and you have Jacksonville, Denver, and Buffalo at 8-6 who are still alive, and that's it in the AFC. We'll update you shortly on the NFC. It is much more complicated in that conference.
Isn't it great that the Colts get the ball first on this night as well? There's no waiting. We get to find out what's happening from Peyton right away.
Dominique Rhodes. Right up the middle and just tripped up. For the Colts offensive line, Jeff Saturday is one of the best at making line calls. That really helps in this complex offense. Marvin Harrison is on the verge of another 1,000-yard season. Just signed a new $66 million contract extension. And Edgerrin James is the perfect complement to the passing game. Completely healthy again. He is #1 in the NFL in rushing. Two tight ends with Pollard and Dallas Clark, both in tight. And play action by Manning goes underneath to James. Got away from Ray Lewis. And Edgerrin James across midfield. Gain of 22.
This is going to be the biggest problem tonight for the Baltimore Ravens. Now, they know where Peyton's going to be, and they know where the receivers are. But Edgerrin James, you don't know. He's the best runner in the league, but also when he comes out of the backfield, you got Ray Lewis, number 52, on him. You're too far away from him.
James this time on the ground and a gaping hole off the left side. Edgerrin James 17 yards to the Ravens 33.
And everything starts with Edgerrin James. He's the guy that allows Peyton Manning to run the play action. We saw it on the first play. Now what happens as a defender, what you wind up doing is you get concerned about the play action and you don't pay enough attention to what the offensive line is doing to you. You get craters like that to run through.
Edgerrin James now 3 years removed from that really bad knee injury, and he is back. He is finishing every run with power. #1 in rushing in the league, #1 in yards from scrimmage. Ray Lewis knocks him down this time at the 32. That Ravens defense, Kelly Gregg makes so many tackles, he's probably the most active nose man in the league. Ray Lewis is on his way to another 200 tackle season. He also is looking for his 7th Pro Bowl of a brilliant career. And Ed Reed is the playmaker in the secondary. He'll have chances tonight as they try to set the tempo with pressure. He leads the NFL with 8 interceptions. Good protection for Manning. Wide open is Wayne. Baxter makes the tackle. And right now it looks like Baltimore is really laying off in the secondary so they don't get burned on the deep stuff.
Mike, what they told us that they were going to do is they were going to come. The one thing I said at the beginning of this game is they attacked. What they did is they've even blitzed Ed Reed. So when you do that, you have your corners sitting out here man-to-man. Barry Baxter's got to cover Reggie Wayne alone, and that's hard to do.
Remember, Peyton Manning calls his own plays. He's now on the 9-yard line. Is he going to give it to Edge, or is he going to throw it? I think he throws it.
James will get the first carry down to about the 7.
That's what I would have done. I'd have thrown it. The thing that allows Peyton Manning to be able to be as proficient throwing the football is all 5 of his receivers, tight ends, 4 wide receivers, when they're running down the field, they're going at full speed. And in Tom Moore's offense, he sets it up, and Peyton picks out the guy he wants. But every one of them complements one another with the speed with which they run these routes.
Harrison and Wayne both to the far side. 2nd and goal. Ravens show blitz. And they come off the corner, and he throws nearly picked off. Diving in there to get a hand on it, Chad Williams. And not only do they have great starters in that secondary, they've got a bunch of guys who are backups who could play.
It's something else, Paul. You know, when you talked about the defense and how important Ed Reed and everybody is back there. When you have chances to intercept the ball, and that ball hits you in the chest like it did Chad Williams, you can't give Peyton Manning a second opportunity to throw the ball into the end zone. You've got to make plays.
He only has 9 interceptions all season long with 46 touchdown passes. Over the middle, and that one was nearly intercepted right in the hands of Will Demps.
Well, he's thrown 4 balls. 2 of them have been caught by his guys, and the other 2 should have been caught by the Ravens.
Well, he said before, when you get down into the end zone, if they're going to spread it out, then I'm going to run the ball. Well, he had no one to run the ball in that play there. That was spread out. That ball was thrown at Pollard, but it was wide. Peyton Manning just looked like on those 3 throws, Joe, that he was forcing it.
He was, but he gets it out so quick, I think it looks like it. Pollard got his head around, fortunately managed to get a hand on it.
Vanderjagt from 25, a chip shot for the most accurate kicker of all times. It was a great opening series for Edgerrin James. He got them into scoring territory, and they got a field goal. The Colts get a field goal in the opening drive of the game. 11:17 to go first quarter. They're up 3-0. Peyton hit 2 out of 4 through 2 dangerous passes down near the goal line. Both of the incompletions nearly picked by that Ravens defense. B.J. Sams retreats to the 6. Tremendous speed and takes it to the 25. There's Jamal Lewis. The Colts defense will see a big dose of hit.
ESPN Sunday Night Football, brought to you by UPS. What can Brown do for you? Hitachi, the ultimate television viewing experience. Wrangler, makers of Wrangler Jeans Company, a new generation of Wrangler. And the Norelco Cool Skin, as close as a blade with less irritation. Shave your beard, not your face.
Tonight's aerial coverage brought to you by Budweiser over the frigid Indianapolis skyline.
Is that part of the Air Force, Paul?
That's I didn't realize we had that many planes up there.
This is a blimp.
Same.
Kyle Bowler will start on offense from the 25. Jamal Lewis makes a cut, picks up 6, fumbled the football.
And Kyle Bowler recovered it. What great hustle.
Mike Doss knocked it loose, and Bowler, the quarterback, sprinting downfield, got it.
And I'll tell you what Indy did. The thing about Indy, they didn't try to pick the ball up. Here comes the hit right here. Doss hits him. The ball, it's right on the ball. The ball comes down. Now watch these guys. They're just trying to dive on the ball. Nobody's trying to pick it up, but they moved the ball forward when they hit it with their hands. That's Bashir who moved the ball, and then Kyle Bowler heads up, gets the fumble recovery.
Lewis just tripped up as he got to the 44-yard line. The Ravens offense anchored by Jonathan Ogden at left tackle. They love to run to his side, especially in short yardage. The passing game has missed Todd Heap desperately. He came back full-time last week with a vengeance, creating tremendous matchup problems. And the game plan is simple with Jamal Lewis. Run the ball, milk the clock, keep it away from the Colts. Freeney almost got there. And Bowler throws it out of bounds.
Michael, I'm going to tell you, the first couple of plays, Jonathan Ogden took Freeney all the way down the line of scrimmage. Now he's got to block him. This is what all pro tackles do. Watch Freeney. He gets loose, but Ogden just stays with him and pushes him to the outside. A lot of guys won't just stay with their man that long. Jonathan Ogden just loves to pancake people and bury him at the line of scrimmage. Freeney has a lot of speed. Jonathan Ogden is aware of it.
268 against 350. Third down for the Ravens. Bowler incomplete. They'll have to punt it away.
Kyle Bowler has taken more and more of a role throwing the football. I've really been impressed with the way that he has started to assert himself with this football team. Brian Billick is letting him talk to the teams on Saturday night, handle the offensive meetings. He's stepping up. And that fumble recovery was huge for the Ravens, even at this stage of the game.
Dave Zastudil comes on to punt to Troy Walters. Beautiful high floating kick. And Walters backs inside the 10. The fair catch after a punt of 46 yards. 3-0 Colts.
Touchdown, Marvin Harrison. Touchdown to Brandon Stokely. Reggie's got it. Touchdown. That's his 5th touchdown throw for Peyton Manning.
Every time you turn around, it's another record. 13 games in a row with 2 touchdown passes or more, another NFL record. And it seems that once a week, he is either breaking a record set by Marino, Brett Favre, or John Unitas. And when you're doing that, you've got a chance to be the best that ever played the game. Edgerrin had nowhere to go, and Adalius Thomas was right there to make the stop.
First play of the game, Peyton Manning comes out, and he's going to use his play action to set up an easy throw to Reggie Wayne. Good job. But now all of a sudden, the Raven defense starts to play some games with him. They're going to give him a few different looks. This first one almost gets picked off by Chad Williams. And then the next one, if it wasn't for Marcus Pollard, Will Demps is on his way with 100+. So the frustration is starting to show. Peyton Manning trying to audibilize, and the Raven defense giving him a lot of different looks.
Coming with a blitz. Pollard. Thomas again on the tackle.
This is a great chess game. It really is. I mean, and Paul, you brought it up. Quarterback versus quarterback. You've got Peyton Manning for the Colts. You've got Ed Reed on the other side. And Ed's getting helped out by Mike Nolan, their defensive coordinator, and, of course, Ray Lewis. Now, the different fronts that Baltimore is throwing at him isn't as easy for Peyton to find the right run or the right pass. Remember, he calls the plays at the line.
They're hitting people awfully hard for chess. Four-man rush. James can't get outside as Thomas slowed him up, and Ed Reed came out and took his legs out from under him.
That whole series was Adalius Thomas, number 96. And Ed Reed is the guy that is going to fill. If you're not going to account for him, he's going to make plays. Look at Ed Reed. Watch him close. He's there. He makes the tackle. That's from the safety position. He was back 10 yards and stopped the first down.
Hunter Smith comes on to punt for the 39th time this year. He has fewer punts than Peyton Manning has touchdown passes. You will never see that again. P.J. Sams driven all the way back to the 25. And taken down at the 37. A 13-yard return after a crush punt of 64 yards. 8:30 Eastern.
Another double dipper. I feel like I was here earlier today.
Let's do it at every
same
weekend.
spot. Let's do Monday night.
We'll get the season over in a hurry.
Bowler. Freeney from behind, and Bowler got out of there. Still running for his life. Incomplete, but a flag is down in the secondary. Adrees Bashir was covering the rookie Clarence Moore.
Boy, I'll tell you what. Dwight Freeney is not going to get a better shot at tackling the quarterback than on this play.
Holding. Defense. Number 28. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Jonathan Ogden loses him. And I'm going to tell you, you talk about Dwight Freeney. He told us on the phone that he's really going to have to work. Watch this inside move he makes. Bang up the field. He gets inside, and Kyle Bowler, what a great job he did getting to the outside.
Kyle Bowler has done a phenomenal job recovering fumbles, hustling, aware of what's on the field, making plays with his legs in just the first 2 series for the Ravens.
Freeney, who leads the NFL with 13 sacks, had a shot at number 14 and couldn't get it. Jamal Lewis, and Freeney comes crashing down the line to make that tackle along with Josh Williams. And Colts defense has improved, especially the pass rush. Freeney has 13 sacks, as we said, which leads the league. David Thornton has moved from weak side to strong side linebacker, better for the defense, but he hasn't had the chance to make as many big plays. And Mike Doss is the most physical player in the secondary. He'll be a key in the run against Jamal Lewis all night long. Lewis again to midfield. He's about 2 yards shy of a first down.
Have we seen some unbelievable defensive ends in about the last 3 weeks? Javon Curse in Philadelphia, Julius Peppers last night for Carolina, and now Dwight Freeney. The speed that he comes off the ball with is unbelievable.
Well, the thing about it is, if you're going to run away from Dwight Freeney, you better have someone check him on the backside, because he's one of those guys, again, with that great speed. He's down the line of scrimmage. He's going to hold you to a 1-yard gain.
How about Pittsburgh and Jacksonville for defense?
Right.
3rd and 2. Lewis stumbles and appears to have the first down. The Colts scored on their opening possession, but only a field goal. So Peyton Manning is still 2 touchdown passes short of the all-time single-season record set long ago by Dan Marino.
On this play here,
they're short.
Jamal Lewis, yeah, he was short because they put, what a great mark, because they marked him where the ball was when his knee hit. When you're hit and your knee goes down, it's where the ball is there.
How short?
About a half a yard. Half yard.
Oh, you are so
well,
good.
I'm sitting right here.
He has certainly improved his technique this year.
He's
you know, he's gotten all these
year.
marks right.
That's right. And I'm going to eye doctor Monday.
And Brian Billick has a lot of confidence in what his defense is doing. It's a field position game. You don't want to, just because it is Peyton Manning, he's thrown a lot of touchdown passes, he hasn't necessarily played against a defense as good as yours. And I think that's what Brian Billick's philosophy is.
And Brian said earlier this week, the football gods obviously have a sense of humor to give me this defense and Tony Dungy that offense.
Both great coaches, smart enough to take advantage of what they have.
Absolutely.
Do they have a fake punt?
Oh, I'm sure it's
Everybody
in there.
does. Gary Zoner, the defensive coordinator, he wears long sleeves to keep all the tricks there.
Zastadil to kick to Walters. And Walters does a nice job of coming up and saving any kind of a bounce on that artificial surface with a fair catch. A punt of only 31 deal that will replace the RCA Dome eventually, which is only 55,000 plus. Manning sees pressure coming again, as it has all night. And gives to James. And Edgerrin James across the 20 to the 21. Let's check in with Susie.
Mike, every preseason, Peyton Manning sets goals, and he shares them with his offensive coordinator and his quarterback coach. This year, it was 70% complete, which is huge in this kind of offense. They are not dink and dunk. They are aggressive down the field. You can see how close he is. Touchdown passes, he wanted 40. He said that kind of number means you're getting your team in the end zone. Mission accomplished. Interceptions, he wanted single digits. He's hanging on that.
And those, just on the face of it, are ridiculous goals for anybody to have. But he's doing it. Look out below, and they really came after him that time. Chad Williams, number 49, had the best shot as they just sent more than the Colts could block.
Right now, the chess match belongs to the Ravens.
It really does. And Chad Williams is the guy that's been most active. Now, here's a backup guy. I mean, he gets in there. But Peyton Manning takes a bigger shot from Tarek Glenn.
This is the first time I have seen Peyton Manning uncomfortable in the pocket. Not unsure, but uncomfortable. He's just not quite sure what the Ravens want to do or where they're coming from.
I do. They want to attack, and they're attacking.
Manning steps up in the pocket, feathers this one to Dallas Clark, and Clark got to the 34, a gain of 13 yards and a first down.
Peyton Manning does a nice job of feeling the rush. We see him slide a lot laterally, but watch him let the defenders go by. Good job by the offensive line. Ryan Deans just lets him go, slides up, now dumps it off to Dallas Clark, who's been a great addition. He's healthy this year, only had 20 catches coming in, but he did have 5 touchdowns.
And there's a tight end who averages over 19 yards a reception. Reggie Wayne on the flanker screen.
And Reggie Wayne is one of the three, the first one of the three receivers that went over 1,000 yards on that catch. Brandon Stokely has a shot at it, and so does Marvin Harrison.
And Ray Lewis drops to one knee. The All-Pro shaking up on that play.
It's a little bit like a 20-second timeout. That's what the fans are booing about, because Peyton Manning had a rhythm going with 2 plays.
Boy, Ray got away with a shot to the face of Jeff Saturday. We'll check on him when we come back to Indianapolis. They're working on the right wrist of Ray Lewis, who ironically was hit by his own teammate making that last tackle, Joe.
Marcus Douglas, number 94. You see Ray's right hand is just coming around to put it on back of Reggie Wayne. And you see the shot right into the helmet of Marcus Douglas, number 94. And that's what they're working on.
Second down and less than a yard. Colts have reached their own 44-yard line. And that will get a first down from Edgerrin James. Gary Baxter up from the corner to make the tackle.
You know, one of the things we talked about at the beginning about Edgerrin James, but when you talk about, it's all been Peyton Manning. Every television show, every radio show, every time we talk about Peyton, breaking Dan Marino's record. But the most important guy, I think, other than Manning on his football team is that guy, number 32.
That guy allows Peyton to do what he does so well. Because without the play action game, it wouldn't be the same.
They have spectacular skill people on this club. Manning underneath. Pollard, what a catch! What a catch! Now they say no!
Well, he was bobbling the ball all the way to the ground, and did the ball hit the ground? That's the thing. This would have been a tremendous catch. Pollard, his ball is thrown out where he should have caught the ball in the first place. It goes up in the air. Watch this. Now, does he have control of the ball when it hits the ground? The answer to that is no. The ball hit the ground. Good call.
Excellent call.
Just touches it. Adalys Thomas manages to get a hand up just to disrupt him a little.
So it's 2nd and 10. Colts at their own 47. Wayne flanker screen, and what a play by Baxter. Gary Baxter, it's the second time he has seen that play in this game. You weren't going to get him a second time.
Well, you know, when the ball was thrown out here, take a look at all the guys that are all around the ball. I mean, there's as many white shirts as there are blue shirts.
And Brandon Stokely was standing right next to Gary Baxter and couldn't block him. Mike Nolan does a terrific job just moving people around, getting his players in position to make plays.
Mike Nolan says if you play passively against Peyton Manning, the only thing you guarantee yourself is an acceptable beating, and he's not going to do that. The diagnosis on Ray Lewis, a sprained wrist. He will be back, and Peyton Manning, under pressure from Ed Hartwell, just throws it out of bounds.
You know, I tell you, all they got to do, what these guys do is attack, and don't let Peyton Manning sit there and throw the ball. Look at Hartwell. Nobody even touches him. Peyton Manning does a great thing at getting that ball out of bounds.
The other thing is every one of the front 7, plus the secondary, all can run Peyton Manning down. So if he breaks out of the pocket, you don't have a threat like you do with Michael Vick where he's going to take off. You just want to get it out of his hand.
I can run Peyton Manning down.
Okay, Paul too.
I'd pay to see it. Hunter Smith hangs it up. B.J. Sam's fair catch. And there is a penalty down. This is going to be holding against Indianapolis.
Prior to the kick, holding, offense, number 50. 10-yard penalty, 4th down.
It's only a 33-yard punt. It's a little surprising they would take this and make him do it again.
Well, what they did, though, Hunter Smith dropped the nose of the ball on this kick, and it's one of those short high kicks where the ball turns over almost like a kickoff. Now, this time, he's going to be backed up another 10. He's got a chance to power this ball out and try to kick. I'd like to see him try to kick it out of bounds.
Well, look, you said it, Mike. He's only kicked, what, 39 times coming into this game?
Right.
So you know his legs got to be fresh.
Absolutely.
He kicked the last one almost out of the building.
They clobbered the last one. But Sams is such a dangerous kick returner, and Reed is brilliant at blocking kicks. He always has been since he played his college ball in Miami. Low snap. Boomer. And Sims backs all the way inside the 10 to make a fair catch. Advantage, Hunter Smith and the Indianapolis Colts. They lost 12 yards by taking that penalty. The defense playing great so far, and Ed Reed is wired for Sunday night.
He got speed in his heart. I can smell it. Get a little heated down here. Dominate, baby. Let's go. Yeah! Get off the field!
I tell you, I love this guy. I love the guy. But he's like this from the time he hits the field, which is about an hour before the game starts, until about an hour when it's over.
Play action. Bowler.
No.
The Colts say no, and now the officials come in, and one changes his mind and says no. Good job of getting together. And Bowler tried to fit it in there after the play action. Good fake to Jamal Lewis.
He's trying to hit Travis Taylor. Look at this ball. Just watch the ball. Is the catch there? No, the ball's on the ground. I mean, that wasn't even close.
Nice throw, though.
Should have been caught.
Yeah, he put it where he's supposed to.
Draw play, Lewis. And Lewis wrapped up as he crossed the 10. Let's go to Susie.
Well, to echo what Joe said earlier, they expected Kyle Bowler to grow up in a big way this season, and without his weapons, he really had to. Brian Billick called it the perfect storm of injuries. Pro Bowl left tackle Jonathan Ogden out, Todd Heap out, Jamal Lewis, the foundation of the offense, out. And perhaps in terms of developing, I mean, maybe it's a blessing in disguise, because once he got them all back, 4 touchdowns last week, he hadn't thrown 2 his whole career.
And Susie's under pressure here. They're on their feet in Indianapolis on 3rd and long. Bowler underneath. And that will be just enough for a first down to Chester Taylor. Von Hutchins made the tackle.
That's when you know that Kyle Bowler grows up.
That's right.
When the crowd noise is just deafening in here. He sits back and he sees his check down. He's right there. Chester Taylor is there, picks up the first down, and that's all you need to do.
Chester Taylor is a pretty good 3rd down back coming off the bench for Jamal Lewis. Colts show blitz. Back out of it. And Jamal, hit by Freeney, shakes him off and still on his feet. Jamal Lewis, the big guy with great speed, still driving. Boy, is he tough. 46 yards.
This is what you get from a healthy Jamal Lewis. He's missed 4 games, as Susie referenced. 2 through the suspension, 2 through an ankle injury. I would just have to make an assumption right here. I think Jamal Lewis's ankle is just fine.
From Jamal Lewis.
And Baltimore's defense has done an excellent job on Peyton Manning tonight, giving him a lot of different looks, making him think, making his receivers think. Remember, he doesn't call a play in the huddle. Everything he does is communicated at the line of scrimmage, and so the line has to try and figure it out as well as the receivers on the run. And Marvin Harrison hasn't had a ball tonight.
His Colt defense is 29th in the NFL overall, and particularly vulnerable against the run. Chester Taylor comes in, gets near the 30.
All right, here's Jamal Lewis and run. Dwight Freeney, it's great to have speed, but you got to come under control. On the left, there's Dwight Freeney trying to make the tackle. Jamal Lewis breaks it. Now watch at the end of this play. You're going to see Jason David. He also breaks this tackle. He breaks the tackle. Rob Morris is the guy that has to make the play on this thing. Here comes Freeney. You got to be under control, make the tackle. Now look at his legs, the speed and the power.
Lewis is back in. Ricard, the fullback in front of him. Draw play, Jamal Lewis. Room to run. He just lowers his shoulder and hammers into people down to the 25-yard line.
Mike Doss got in there, but you got to know that Mike Doss is only hitting him just to try and stop his momentum. Because, I mean, the numbers. I mean, there's a guy who's missed a lot of time. He's at 753 with his yards. He runs with such unbelievable power, and then you put the speed that he has on top of it. A rare combination in this league.
He already has 8 carries for 75 yards, and this is the way Brian Billick wanted his team to come out here in Indianapolis. Lewis again. This time Doss comes up and got him before he got much momentum going. Thornton and Gardner were also there.
Field goal team.
Good job.
It really is. I tell you what, we knew we were going to see great defense from the Ravens. But I'll tell you what, take a look at what this Colts defense has done so far in this game. They've done a great job.
This will be a 42-yard field goal try from Matt Stover.
Wow.
And we're tied at 3. To the delight of the Ravens sideline, Peyton Manning takes
ESPN Sunday Night Football, brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 39. Radio Shack, you've got questions, we've got answers. Campbell's Chunky Soup, with big chunks of meat and veggies that fills you up right. And Mazda, always the soul of a sports car.
Tonight's aerial coverage brought to you by Budweiser as we get ready for Christmas. And we would like to wish you the most beautiful of holidays this year.
And send our best out to our troops all over the world as well for a holiday season.
Dominic Rhodes, 2 yards deep. He'll bring it out across the 20 to the 21. Morrow brings him down. Harold, good position on special teams. Peyton and company back in a moment. Colts tonight had a streak broken. They had scored a first quarter touchdown for 7 straight ball games, but that Ravens defense led by Ray Lewis and company held them without one here tonight. And Lewis, with that sprained wrist, is back in the ball game. Marvin Harrison taken down at the 28-yard line.
This Raven defense has done an excellent job on Peyton Manning tonight. I spoke to Jack Del Rio, the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I asked him, because they play the Colts twice in the division, and he said if you can get to Manning early and disrupt his rhythm and timing and make him start to throw the ball away and run around, it really creates problems the rest of the game for him. So far, the Raven defense has done that.
2nd and 2. Edgerrin James tries to take it outside. These guys are so quick. As Will Demps made that tackle, it's so difficult to get outside.
I can tell you what's coming real soon from the Colts. They're going to have to throw the ball deep down the field, because you're seeing a lot of safeties making tackles. You're seeing corners up around the line of scrimmage. He's going to have to take some shots down the field to back this secondary off. Deion Sanders is covering Brandon Stokely in the slot to Peyton Manning's left. So keep an eye on that.
3rd and short from the shotgun.
Here they come.
And there's the throw to the sideline. Harrison makes a spin move and gets to midfield. And Peyton Manning has just gone over the 4,000-yard mark again. The 6th straight season, an NFL record.
There you are. That's Marvin Harrison right there at the top. What you're going to see happen is Peyton Manning, he sees him, everybody at the line of scrimmage. He's going to throw to Marvin's back shoulder. This ball is out before Marvin Harrison ever turns around. That's the kind of effort these guys put in the offseason. That's why it works during the season.
Harrison just signed a huge contract extension. Edgerrin not even back to the line of scrimmage. 6 straight times over 4,000 yards. Now, Dan Marino did it 6 times, but that was over the course of his career.
Well,
Peyton has done it 6 times in a row.
In places that Tom Moore has coached, okay? He's had 5 guys do it. So as long as Tom Moore's the coordinator, guys are looking at 4,000-plus yards.
And Tom Moore was the quarterback coach at the University of Minnesota and recruited Tony Dungy to play for him there. Manning, and dropped by Stokely.
You got
right
offside.
in the breadbasket. That was a free play for Peyton Manning because it looked like the Ravens were easily offside.
Offside. Defense. Number 95. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Check in with Susie.
Mike, talking to Ed Reed before the game, he said the challenge with Peyton is he knows exactly what he wants to do and what you want to do. So forget disguising. You have to be disciplined. He's got the great pump fake, the play action. He said he saw something totally different on film this week than he'd ever seen. And he's played quarterback himself. He says you can't get the usual jump. Just be patient. And they've got him in check.
And Susie, they are trying to come from every conceivable angle with every possible combination to confuse Peyton Manning. And this one's incomplete, intended for Wayne. He was covered by back.
You just get the sense that Peyton is a little out of sync. I mean, everything's a little bit quicker. The routes have to be sharper. You get the sense that his pace is up, and that's not something I think is very good for this offense. They run it at a nice pace, but he seems like he's up higher now.
You don't think this defense is causing that pace to speed up?
I think that's what it is. You are so right, Wise one.
When they're blitzing as much as they're coming, they're sending a lot of people, man.
From a lot of different places, as Susie mentioned.
They have 8 men at the line of scrimmage right now, make it 9. Manning behind Harrison. He was covered by McAllister.
Boy, I'll tell you what, if you look down that field, the coverage was absolutely superb all the way along the line. Manning had no place to throw the football. Here's McAllister. Take a look at this. Marvin Harrison's playing to the inside. Marvin never even saw the ball go by his head.
He doesn't
never sees it.
And McAllister doesn't even turn around. These corners and safeties have decided to take covering these receivers on their shoulders and make it their one mission.
Hunter Smith to punt to B.J. Sams. Sams immediately signals for a fair catch and makes it to 13. 33-yard punt, no return. Ed Reed and company doing a spectacular. Right now, the Baltimore Ravens have the second wild card slot. They will hold on to that tonight regardless, but they are being chased by Jacksonville, Denver, and Buffalo, and trying to get some breathing room. A win here in Indianapolis would take Brian Billick and company 9-5. Lewis dragged down at the 17-yard line, and this is the kind of slugfest that the Ravens wanted in this game.
I'll tell you one thing you better not do with Lewis is going off, Jamal, and he was limping on the last time when he left the field, and he looks like he's limping on this time. But the one thing about him, you cannot give him that much room to the outside, because as big as he is, he's still as fast as anybody they have in their secondary.
Well, he's been limping to an 8.4-yard average. Chester Taylor has replaced him, and Taylor smeared as he got back to the original line of scrimmage. Rob Morris, the middle linebacker, led the charge.
The difference between Chester Taylor and Jamal Lewis as a running back, if you don't block everybody, that's fine. He's going to run over a couple of people. With Chester Taylor, you better block everybody up front and then give him a chance to get into the secondary and make some moves. Right now, with the clock running down, the Ravens are trying to figure out how many offensive linemen they have in the huddle. Now Kyle Bowler has to waste a timeout.
Well,
they get the timeout with 8:54 to go in the half. It's been the offense surprise that has been a problem tonight. And the Ravens, 3rd and long from inside their own 20.
They haven't gone to Todd Heap yet.
This will take him out to the 28 for a first down. Kevin Johnson, the veteran who they picked up from Jacksonville this year, makes his first catch.
That's the second big 3rd down pickup by Kyle Bowler. Just getting the ball quickly out of his hand. Not holding it around. Jonathan Ogden does a nice job of running Freeney around. And Kevin Johnson with the pickup gets down, picks up the first down.
Forward, bootleg.
Oh, hello.
What a shot on Taylor by Harper. Came up from the corner and drilled him.
I tell you, this is such a wonderful tackle. You know, Nick Harper is a corner at number 25, and you don't get this many shots, and then all of a sudden you have a guy coming out and he doesn't see you. And Kyle Bowler, watch it. He bootlegs out to the outside. Now watch. You know, when you're not being seen, it's easy to sneak up and whack somebody.
Taylor up to the 39. That will be another first down. Mike Doss makes the tackle. And every time the Ravens get a first down, the coaching staff smiles because that means Peyton can't get on the field and get the football.
You got to figure it's another 2 minutes, minute and a half to 2 minutes that you're going to have the football and Peyton Manning is not. Plus what you're doing is you're continuing to change field position. Jamal Lewis in the pits getting one of his tires worked on. Retiring.
Taylor, nice cutback. And picks up nearly 10 yards until Nick Harper can make a tackle from the left corner.
You know what you do when you look at this football team, the Ravens. Does their offense play like their defense? I mean, they attack you just like the defense. I mean, they are physical. You take a look. When these guys get the football, Chester Taylor, Jamal Lewis, when these guys run with the ball, they run with authority. And I'm going to tell you, you get that from your defense.
Plus, they outweigh the defensive line of the Colts by about 50 pounds a man.
Jamal Lewis back in, takes it to midfield, has another first down.
Now, if you're going to control the game like this, if you're Brian Billick and this is the formula that you're looking for, the closer you get, you have to take a shot somewhere. But if you're going to get down into the red zone, you've got to put 7 points up because you just don't know how long you're going to hold Peyton Manning down.
The Colts as a team have now rushed for 100 yards in the first half.
And I always think when you have a running team like the Ravens are doing now,
or the Ravens,
the best play to run a pass play on is first down. Hello. First down.
And Bowler throws it wide of Travis Taylor.
Really the first bad throw he's made. I talked to Jim Fossil before the ball game, and Jim said the thing that he is most impressed with about Kyle Bowler is the way that he had handled the adversity in the early part of the year without Todd Heap. And we showed all the people that were missing. Travis Taylor was out. You've got a rookie in Clarence Moore trying to adjust to the offense. He took all the criticism and all the heat and never wavered. He said he really showed a lot of mental toughness early in the year.
The former Giants head coach serving as a consultant this year for the Ravens. Jamal Lewis on the delay down to the Baltimore 43.
See why it's easy to pass on first down, because on second down you got Jamal Lewis who pick up 7 yards. You don't have to worry too much about it. But watch him get in the hole. He sees the hole open, and he's got a bad ankle, but it doesn't matter. Watch him just avoid people and get up in that hole. And once he knows he's going to get hit, he doubles that ball up.
This will be the 10th play of a drive that has already eaten 5 minutes off the clock.
I think you can throw it right up top to Todd Heap.
Chester Taylor. He bounced forward. They're going to mark it all the way back at the 42. So he is a full 2 yards shy of a first down.
Well, I'll tell you what, he came out of there. Chester Taylor, everybody was there, and Chester Taylor came out on the other end. But they marked him down at the 42-yard line, and they had to get to the 40.
Well, remember we talked to Brian Billick on. Brian Billick was so fired up for this ball game. The challenge, obviously, going against Peyton Manning, but also to keep his team in the playoff race, just has him pumped for this one.
Manning trying to warm up the arm for his next opportunity, and Saskville nearly hit the roof. For that one, they'll let it go, and the Ravens are all over it as it kicks sideways out of bounds at the 10. A 33-yard kick, no return, but another marker.
During the kick, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 99, Foul will be penalized at the end of the kick. First down, Indianapolis.
It's only a 5-yard penalty.
Brad Scioli. Ed Reed wired for Sunday night.
We're giving it to him early. We're giving it to him early. You know what I'm saying? We let them get to the 50, then we clamp them down. Let's not get ourselves tired. Let's ball on them right now, man. Do what we do, man.
Do what you do. That's exactly what this defense has done. They're aggressive. Brian Billick talked about it. Mike Nolan, when I talked to him today, talked about it. We want to be physical. We want to give them different looks. We want to play our game. That's what you constantly hear from the Ravens, our game. So far, for Brian Billick's team, it's been his game. It's the defense playing tough and running the football.
Ed Reeves is saying, all right, let's do 3 and out. And you're talking about Peyton Manning now. But that's their goal. Let's get off the field. Let's not get tired. Don't let them tire us out.
Remember, he only needs 2 touchdown passes to tie Dan Marino's record.
Sparse first half numbers right now for Peyton. Mungro is in there with Edgerrin James.
Look at the movement of the defensive line and secondary and linebacker. That's Deion Sanders up on the line on the right.
James. They stretch it out, and Edgerrin James back out near the 10.
That was Deion Sanders that went flying in there to take the block. Old number 37, who's 37.
He'll get you for that.
Well, you know, he is, okay, not old.
Well, he put his age on his jersey.
Yeah, he wants the world to know how old he is just because he can play that good. And he's right.
3:49 and counting here in the first half. Blitz again, Manning underneath, and Dallas Clark got his hands up, but too late, and the ball whistled right past him.
You know what this is really doing, Joe? It talks about you got Manning looking at these guys moving around. Now you've got to make offensive calls. Normally you're going to block the guy in front of you. Then they start moving a whole lot of people out, and there's gaps. There's not people in front of you. Now it questions the line. It makes the lineman question, where am I supposed to go?
And you can do it on the road because the crowd's going to be quiet for the Colt offense. So you can communicate as much as you want as a defense.
Third down, Manning from the shotgun. Pressure coming. Running for his life in the end zone. This pass is short of Stokely, and they'll have to punt again. Well, the Colts will now punt for the 4th straight possession.
Peyton Manning on the run is nowhere near what he is in the pocket. He's a pocket passer. You get him outside. He doesn't like to throw the ball up the field this way. He's going to protect it, and he just doesn't do this. But you look at the pressure coming in. Dallas Thomas comes on in and puts a lot of pressure on him.
Well, had you told Brian Billick that this would be a 3-3 game with 3:33 to go in the first half, he would have been absolutely delighted. Tony Dungy would have been very upset. B.J. Sams from his own 39 and swarmed under there. A 51-yard punt, a 1-yard return. The offensive star for the Colts so far has been Hunter Smith, the underused punter who has had just a tremendous night.
Well, you know what? We knew that the Ravens were going to play defense like they're playing defense. They're going to come after Peyton Manning, and they've confused them a little bit. They're going to have to work on some things that have to. But I'm really surprised at how well the defense for the Colts are playing.
Well, they have played well, but again, you're talking about a football team, the Ravens, that want to run the football. They're not a big play team, so they're not going to put those big numbers up and the big plays against this defense anyway.
Bowler wants to throw on first down, deep down the middle to Taylor, and he has it at the 27-yard line. They burnt him right in the middle of the defense for 33.
What did I say? The best down to throw is what?
First down.
What did you also say? That they've done a good job of slowing this offense down. Nice job. Again, the play action sets it up. Remember, Tony Dungy, we talk about the cover 2 defense. That means that the corners are up, the safeties are responsible for one half of the field on either side, which means that the middle of the football field is vulnerable if the middle linebacker doesn't get back and protect it.
Bowler again. Sidearms this one and almost intercepted as it's tipped. Corey Bird had a shot at it.
Darnell Dinkins.
Oh, he was
should have
wide
caught
open.
it.
Well, the ball is thrown a little bit behind.
Oh,
but Darnell, come on. Darnell Dinkins, how many times he throws the ball to him anyway? Take a look at Darnell Dinkins coming out across the field. There is nobody around him. Bowler just has to just lay it out in front of him, but he throws it behind.
Got to make that catch.
I know you got to make it. But he could have made it a lot easier.
It's not an easy game.
Jamal Lewis to the 26. Lewis with those little chop steps until he sees where he wants to go, and then he has that burst. And they can take it down to the 2-minute warning without snapping it again, and that's what Bowler wants to do.
The Baltimore Ravens have totally dominated and controlled this football game. Peyton Manning's going to spend the entire halftime talking to Tom Moore and trying to figure out just a few things that'll work. I still believe they've got to take some shots down the field if you're the Colts. You've got to get them away from the line of scrimmage.
We've reached it, and it's only 3-3. This would only be the second time all year that Peyton Manning had been held without a touchdown pass in the first half.
Craig Kelly, their PR guy, came up before the game, Joe, and he said he was telling us about how many games that Peyton Manning has thrown 3 touchdown passes in the first half.
He'd be happy with 1 tonight.
Here comes Freeney.
Nobody blocked Freeney.
How does the leading sacker in the NFL get a free run?
I mean, there was just nobody. Jonathan Ogden is out on that side, and Jonathan Ogden is very upset. But take a look at Freeney. I mean, there was a tight end in there. The tight end leaves, and there's no way that Jonathan Ogden can get back out that fast to get Dwight Freeney. Not a man with that much speed.
Well, that takes them out of field goal range.
Talk about communication. Boy, Brian Billick is hot.
And you just can't imagine that the all-pro left tackle was the one who made that mistake.
Keep in mind, the Indianapolis Colts are in the playoffs. The Baltimore Ravens are fighting for their life. So every play is huge in this game for the Ravens. And when you get negative plays, it's even bigger.
Jonathan Ogden, there was a tight end to his outside. You see it? Look at Jonathan Ogden. First of all, he's going inside. And I don't know if he thought the tight end was supposed to at least check Freeney or not, but he's not going to stop him. But the thing about it is no one even slowed him down.
When Todd Heap released, it didn't look like he was checking anybody. He looked like he was going off on the route.
I agree with you. I'm just saying, I don't know if Jonathan Ogden thought that Heap was maybe supposed to stay, pick up that guy, or get a piece of him anyway. But man, Freeney came down the line of scrimmage, and there's no way you leave him alone.
Like he was shot out of a cannon.
Now Zastudil to punt on 4th and a mile. They could have tried a 52-yard field goal, but they certainly don't want to give Manning field position. And this one will be stopped at the 1. Tremendous job by B.J. Sams. A kick of 34 down at the 1. Let's go to Susie.
Well, what a battle it's been between Dwight Freeney and Jonathan Ogden. Talking to Ogden before the game, he said, hey, he knows Freeney is a small guy, but so fast, and this environment really helps. Comes around the corner so fast, he says, I got to get my hands on his little butt before he hits top speed. He's wiggly, he's spastic, but yet in control. Got to get him blocked, and man, has that been a problem tonight. For Freeney, it's all about that leverage, and he is stronger than people think.
Boy, he really dips that shoulder and gets in there, but that was simply an assignment mistake.
And he's the only defensive lineman to go to the Pro Bowl for Tony Dungy in the last 15 years.
Colts with a conservative call. A flag is down as Edgerrin James picks up 4. Coming up the Toyota halftime show, Chris Berman will be along with the fastest 3 minutes in television, his halftime heroes, and T.O. injured. That's all coming up on the Toyota halftime show.
You don't take this penalty here. You still have 2 timeouts. The Ravens. I mean, what are you going to penalize them? Half the distance? Make it 2nd down. He only gained about 1.5 yards. I don't understand that.
Is elected to decline the penalty.
There you go. Thank you.
2nd down.
It just takes them a little while to hear you. Your voice has to carry down there, Paul.
They moved the ball very well on that first drive, 65 yards. Since then, they have totaled in 4 drives, only 68.
You see, as Peyton Manning communicates, Ray Lewis does the same thing.
James, student body right. Taken out of bounds up around the 8, and Hartwell got a shot that some of the Colts thought was late on Edgerrin James.
Mike, those are 2 free timeouts for the Baltimore Ravens. There's a penalty on the Colts. They refused it. So
and
that's
out of bounds.
They still have 2 timeouts remaining, and then Edgerrin James runs out of bounds.
Now, does Peyton Manning want to throw it here to try and pick up the 1st down? That's I think the question is, does Peyton take the chance to put it in the air? And if he does, it'll probably be play action if he does try.
Now we got movement that's going to move him back. This has gotten ugly.
The snap. False start. Offense. Number 71. Half the distance to the goal. 3rd down.
That's Ryan Deem, the right tackle, an uncharacteristic of the Colts.
It is, but look at back and forth. See Peyton Manning doing a bunch of signaling. Now there's Ray Lewis pointing out to different people. I think Ray is just mimicking me at this point because he's really not talking to anybody in particular. He's just pointing at Edge and pointing down the line.
So Edge, you're getting the ball, and I'm going to tackle you.
But it's like Peyton does. You don't know whether he's telling somebody to do something or just kidding you.
This moves it back to the 3, where it's 3rd and a long 7. Manning throwing out of the end zone, has it complete, but only out to the 7-yard line, and the Ravens will use a timeout as Marvin Harrison tackled in his tracks, and they'll have to punt.
Boy, the Ravens should get good field position unless Hunter kicks this another one out of the building, but they should get good field position with over a minute to go.
And one more timeout left.
And I'll just make an observation. I don't believe that Jonathan Ogden is going to be surprised by anything Dwight Freeney does the rest of this football game. I think he's got to take it up a notch.
Well, that was really good.
So you're moving closer to him, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Peyton only 9 out of 18 in the first half.
That doesn't deserve a move.
I didn't boo it. I just said that was really good.
Well, you just can't say enough about this Raven defense and the job they have done confusing Peyton Manning.
Well, what B.J. Sams has got to get back deep enough so this ball doesn't go over his head like this.
Beautiful kick again. Sams back to the 37, trying to get to the far side. Got a wall out there and just tripped up as he got to midfield after a 55-yard punt. Let's check in with Susan.
Mike, doesn't look like the Ravens are interested in seeing history tonight. They are back intact and healthy. Jamal Lewis already rumbling for 90 yards. He is the foundation of this offense. Meantime, the Ravens defense, well, they almost never give up the big play and holding true. Peyton seems to be off his game, but he still managed to hit 4,000 yards for the 6th time.
And Susie, Paul brought up a great point. That Colts defense, much maligned, has done a heck of a job in the first half to hold this to 3-3.
And if you're the Ravens, you want to hit the middle of this football field.
Bowler, pressure from behind, dumps it to Chester Taylor. And Taylor trying to get to the outside, dragged down. They're going to not give him a clock stoppage at the 39-yard line. It looked like his forward progress was taking him out of bounds.
But Kyle Bowler can ground this because they did get the first down.
Well, I tell you, this is heads-up play by Kyle Bowler. I mean, to get the ball to Chester Taylor, he knows here comes Freeney on the outside. He just steps up, but he knows if he runs with the ball and they tackle him, they're going to have to take a timeout. So what he does is give it to Taylor. All right, here's Ogden again on Freeney. He's got his hands at his throat, and he pushes him right by the quarterback. Now, I'll tell you what the problems that Freeney is causing, because Kyle Bowler is seeing him in his eyes. And I tell you, yeah, he is, and it's making him move.
Bowler from the shotgun. Looked like Ogden started early that time.
False start. Offense, number 75.
And he did.
5-yard penalty.
We're seeing two great players. Jonathan Ogden really concerned about Dwight Freeney, and Peyton Manning really concerned with a lot of movement by the Baltimore Raven defense. There you see Ogden sort of lean back a little bit, and Freeney says it was him.
Yeah, but I want to tell you something. The defensive tackle was in a neutral zone, and that's what made Jonathan Ogden move.
Bowler too high for more.
Freeney was there again.
I know. He stays back there.
Oh.
You know what? If I were Jonathan Ogden, I may just back up a little bit and wait on him. Because he's going to get back to the quarterback anyway.
Well, you know, that's part of the rule change they made again for offensive linemen. You can go a little bit further back, but you can't go back past the belt of what would amount to be the center.
Look at Jonathan. He's cheating as much as he can.
Bowler throws a line drive, and this one is picked up by Mike Doss. Doss in the Ravens territory, but only 13 seconds to go in the half. It's a return of 32 yards, the second interception this year for Doss.
But it could be enough to get Peyton Manning's Colts in position to attempt a field goal. He threw the same pass the play before, and it just sails on him. What happens is Clarence Moore does not come out of the break and run into the hole. He just stops and sits down. Now, that interception will be charged to Kyle Bowler, but I believe that it should be on the receiver.
Well, there were three guys in coverage. I would give it to Bowler.
There's Manning's numbers.
But Manning's got plenty of time to throw this ball over the middle of the field and still take a timeout.
Fakes the draw play.
In the middle of the field.
Over the middle of Pollard, and Marcus Pollard to the 15-yard line.
See, you have one thing about it is with that much time, you're going to give the middle of the field up. You're not going to totally give it up, but you're going to give in those hash marks that opening. And that time, Manning saw Pollard go down the middle. Look, I mean, it's just a perfect throw and a perfect play. He runs the play action. Then here comes Pollard. Look at this. He beats Campbell down the middle.
Chad Williams.
Chad Williams, excuse me, I'm sorry. But he beats him down the middle. Ed Reed has to come over and make the play. But they're in field goal range. They got 5 seconds to go kick a field goal.
That looks more like the rhythm we're used to seeing Peyton Manning in, and the timing with his receivers.
And you see it. It's a go. You can only hold him down so long. It's the big play. If you're going to gamble and play man-to-man, as the Ravens have, at some point there may be a play made. And I'll go back to the interception Kyle Bowler threw. I don't believe it was his fault. I believe Clarence Moore quit on the route and didn't keep running.
Here's Mike Vanderjagt, who had the best season of any kicker that ever lived a year ago, having a good one this year. He's already hit from 24. We'll try from 33. And with 1 second left on the clock, the Colts have taken a 6-3 lead. Peyton Manning has always said that the record means less than winning. He still trails Dan Marino by 2.
Peyton Manning has felt the pressure tonight early in the ball game. Tries to go outside. Chad Williams almost picks it off. The pressure's coming around now, out of the pocket, being run down by Ed Hartwell again, are out of the pocket, running around, throw it away. The Raven defense has done an excellent job. Number one, confusing Peyton Manning as far as the looks he's getting, and secondly, being able to free guys up to come running. I really believe that the toughest job in the NFL for an offensive line is the offensive line of the Colts. You don't have the advantage of having a play called in the huddle, walk to the line of scrimmage or jog, think about what you have to do, and then determine your assignment.
He still needs 2 to tie Dan Marino for that elusive 48 touchdown passes in a single season. We told you coming in, the Ravens didn't like to talk about, well, geez, how many might he get tonight? They're trying for 0, and so far that's what they have.
Well, I like what Brian Billick said to us on the phone. He said, hey, you know, I don't care if he gets 3.
Well,
as long
exactly
as we win 28-21.
That wasn't exactly what he said.
Well, it was kind of like this. It doesn't matter as long as we win 28-21.
Oh, yeah. And Ray Lewis echoed the same sentiment.
Winning is always the bottom line. 1 second to go. As soon as it's touched, the clock starts, and that's it. 6-3 Colts. They wanted a shootout. The Ravens wanted a slugfest. The Ravens have gotten their way in the first half. Let's go to Susie.
Brian, you said the goal was make them play our game. What do you think?
Well, yeah, now we got to make them play our game and not do some stupid things and turn the ball over. We also said we can't turn the ball over, particularly in critical situations. So we're playing the kind of game we want to play. We've got to find a way to not make the mistakes, leave ourselves vulnerable.
And how do you manage to keep Peyton in check through the second half?
Same thing we did in the first half.
Good luck.
Our score here at the RCA Dome in Indianapolis. The Colts 6, the Ravens 3. Let's join Chris Berman for the Toyota halftime show.
All right, Michael, thank you very much. And Brian Billick is right. Certainly the Ravens doing a great job on the Indianapolis 500s. The beasts of the Brickyard aren't doing it quite yet. So a field goal game thus far. A couple games around the league a little lower scoring than you might have thought. A couple things to be decided in the NFC as we start our fastest 3 minutes. And one of those things, home field advantage. But the Dallas Cowboys had other things in mind and roll over for Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles trailed 7-6, 4 minutes to go. Donovan McNabb doing it with his feet. Dorse the horse, Dorse 11's touchdown. Two-point conversion, no good, 12-7 Philly. And then Lido, one more for the road. As in 13-1, Lido Shepard to pick the Eagles home field to the playoffs, win 12-7. The weather outside was frightful, but the AFC West is so delightful. San Diego in the snow in Cleveland. Drew Brees, Antonio Gates, record-tying 12th touchdown catch for the tight end. LaDainian Tomlinson, another TD for him. 21-0. Lightning bolts have won the AFC West. Chad Pennington, 3 picks last week, 3 touchdown passes this week. Back to Santana Moss, and the Jets play defense too, stacking up Sean Alexander on the goal line. Jets, 10-4. They beat Seattle 37-14. Opening kickoff, Dante Hall against Denver. And in December, the Broncos 1-14 in Kansas City, dating back to '63. The Kansas City Chiefs look like the playoff team. Broncos fall to 8-6. Larry Johnson, 32 yards, 45-17, Kansas City. Buffalo, Bills special teams. Jason Peters blocking the punt. In Cincinnati, falls on it. The block and the recovery, and then the Bills to Keo Spikes, the one-time Bengals. Could go all the way. Buffalo circling the wagons. They're 8-6. They beat Cincinnati 33-17. Jacksonville went to Lambeau and watched the pick by Deion Grant. 1 of 3 against Brett Favre. The Packers trying to come back. Favre to Antonio Chapman. 2-point conversion good. 28-25. But Nick Sorensen, the good hands people. Boy, Jacksonville tough every game. They win at Lambeau 28-25. They're 8-6. Mo Williams. Touchdown for Minnesota. Final minute and a half. They lead at Detroit 28-21. Joey Harrington. Roy Williams. Lions down 28-27. Extra point. No! The snap, they never get the kickoff. And the Vikes win 28-27. They're tied with Green Bay first in the NFC North. Tears of McCown. Josh McCown. Cardinals thump the Rams 31-7. Opening kickoff. Aaron Stecker through his legs in big trouble. You're going to see every Tampa Bay Buck on the return team, all 11, except nobody can stop Stecker from going 98 yards with the improbable opening kick. The Bucks, though, do lead by 10 in the fourth quarter against the Saints. But Aaron Brooks, the Dante stalwart, the Saints march to a 21-17 win at the Sombrero. David Carr, frigid temperatures in Chicago. Houston doesn't care. Corey Bradford, touchdown, 24-5, Texans over the Bears. 9 touchdown passes between Kerry Collins and Billy Bullock. Collins had 5. Their Raiders beat Tennessee 40-35. More, though, of course, in that Philadelphia Eagles game. Early third quarter, here's the play. Terrell Owens left the game with a sprained ankle. Roy Williams makes the hit. He will have an MRI tomorrow on Monday, but Andy Reid said the good news is not broken. X-rays negative. The bad news is it did swell, and so right now, pending MRI, unlikely that Terrell Owens will play on Monday night at St. Louis, and then the last regular season game against Cincinnati. You may not see Terrell Owens again, and this would be best case scenario, Philly, that nothing's wrong, and the Eagles then have earned a bye, and they would be at home January 15th or 16th in the division round playoffs. They have home field. Tough way for Andy Reid not to have to wear the tights. Don't think he wanted it that way.
This halftime show is presented by Toyota. Choose any direction as long as it's moving forward.
So Terrell stays on 14 touchdowns. Now we have halftime heroes when more touchdowns and big-time running for the Jets and an AFC West for the San Diego Superchargers.
What will you do now that the Toyota Tundra has more power?
I'm going to get a bigger trailer. Build a new addition. I'm going to buy me a boat.
With an enhanced 282 horsepower iForce V8, you can do more. Tundra Double Cab. Now that's moving you forward.
What happens when a bunch of NFL players live in one house for one season? Let's watch.
One Mississippi, two Mississippi,
Hey, get away from my flowers.
one Mississippi, two Mississippi, three Mississippi.
Corey, the man told you to stay out of his roses. Now, what do you say?
I'm sorry, man. Relax.
I can't keep nothing nice around here.
Welcome back to the Toyota Halftime Show with your host, Chris Berman.
6-3, the Colts lead the Ravens. Obviously, no TD passes yet for Peyton Manning. We're at the half. Well, 4-0, the AFC over the NFC. I mean, it's ridiculous. 39-19, the AFC has beaten the NFC. And so our halftime heroes, we're going to focus on steamrolling AFC teams, and we begin with the team from out west. Marty Schottenheimer is now just the fourth coach to win division titles with 3 different teams. One of them where he was today, Cleveland. But LaDainian Tomlinson, 11 straight games for him with a touchdown. The record is 13. Donnie Edwards, another pick. Drew Brees, despite the snow in Cleveland, throw to Antonio Gates. 12 touchdowns for this tight end, tying the mark. And the San Diego Chargers won 4 games last year, 11-3 this year, their first division title in 10 years. An improbable win, an improbable run for the Chargers. Speaking of running, how about 229 yards for the Jets? Curtis Martin, my favorite Martin, 53 touchdowns rushing, breaks the Jet record held by one of our favorites, Emerson Boozer, and he's now the oldest player to run for over 1,500 yards, which he eclipsed just in this game. Meanwhile, Lamont Jordan also had a big game as well as the Jets rolled it on Seattle. The Bills scored offensively against the Bengals. Drew Bledsoe to the rookie Lee Evans. The Bills scored with special teams, which have been outstanding. Jason Peters, the block, the recovery, the touchdown on the punt. And the Buffalo Bills, who have won 5 straight, scored on defense. Takeo Spikes, the one-time Bengal back in Cincinnati, scores on the touchdown. The Buffalo Bills started 0-4. They're now 8-6. They got a game at the end of the year against the Pittsburgh Steelers in Buffalo that might have a lot of meaning for both teams. Now, Rod Stewart sang it. Every picture tells a story. And today, there were 3 pictures of 3 teams in the playoffs last year to kind of sum up what's been a pretty underachieving season for them, although they can get in. This is what we mean. Sean Alexander on 4th down. Fumble as the Seahawks are going to get back in the game against the Jets. Nothing doing. Seattle still leads the division. They're 7-7 now. Tatum Bell, Broncos, even though it's late in the game, trying to make something happen against Kansas City and inside the 5. Fumble as Denver, 8-6 now, humbled by the Chiefs. And Torrey Holt, the Rams, they're 6-8, and they lost at Arizona. They got caught. Fumble at the 1-yard line. If these pictures don't sum up the way those teams are playing, don't know what was. Although each of these teams can still make something of what's happened the last 2 weeks of the season, although they're going to have better pictures than that. We'll be back with more at halftime right after this.
Monday Night Countdown, delivered by UPS, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN.
What will you do now that the Toyota Tundra has more power?
Buy another snowmobile.
I'm gonna rip out some stumps.
I'm gonna get my tools back from my neighbor.
With an enhanced 282 horsepower iForce V8, you can do more. Tundra Double Cab. Now that's moving you forward.
That's it! Hit the showers! Good job, good job. 15, I need to talk to you, son. I need a fuck.
This holiday season, there's an easier way to get the gear the pros wear. Just call 877-NFL-SHOP. For a free team catalog, go to NFL Shop on NFL.com or call 877-NFL-SHOP.
This halftime show is presented by Toyota. Choose any direction as long as it's moving forward.
On tonight, you tune in to watch Peyton Manning, Jamal Lewis, and the Ravens have hung with the Colts 6-3 at the half. Indy back to Indianapolis in a moment.
Ravens will get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. B.J. Sams at the 5. And taken down at the 25. Well, we said we weren't surprised at what Peyton Manning had done this year with 46 touchdown passes. Neither, having seen the Colts before, are we surprised that it's only 6-3 at the half.
No, I just thought, that the Ravens, we knew they had to run the football, and that they've been able to do. Good thing about it, though, the Colts have stopped them. Once they get to about the 30, 35-yard line, they kind of shut it down. So you got to give a lot of credit to the Colts defense.
Yeah, but I also think the Colts have to find the running game. Everything starts with the running game for the Indianapolis Colts. If they aren't able to run the football, then it's going to be a real problem for Peyton Manning just dropping back and throwing.
Lewis tries to turn it up, got to the 29 moments ago. Susie caught up with Colts head coach Tony Dungy.
Tony, you knew their defense would be aggressive. What can Peyton and company do better?
Well, they have been aggressive. They've brought a lot of different blitz packages. We've got to figure out a way to run the ball against that, and then I think we can get some throws in.
Thanks, Coach.
You talk about this Ravens offense. Now, they've crossed the 50-yard line all 5 times they've had the ball. You know how many points they have?
3, I think.
That's right.
That's just guessing.
Lewis again pushes the pile and then drives forward to the 35. That should be enough for a first down, and it is.
Well, I just love to watch Jamal Lewis run. A little bit like Jerome Bettis, got those feet going up and down, up and down, up and down. Nothing real quick, nothing real fast. And then when he gets that opportunity, then he blows out and takes off with it. I mean, just a real patient runner.
That's a sign of a great running back to me, is a guy that can keep his feet moving all the time.
And then he's still got that burst. We've seen him consistently run away from people. Chester Taylor comes in, gets an opportunity, and takes it out to the 37-yard line.
We got an injured player.
Looks like Rob Morris, their middle linebacker, just when he came in to make the hit, he went down and hasn't moved from that position.
He is their 3rd leading tackler. We'll check on his condition when we come back.
Ding!
You are now free to dip your...
An official airline of Super Bowl 39. Kia Motors. Kia, make every mile count. Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL. Get ready for the game. And the coldest tasting beer in the world, Coors Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL.
Our Sunday night football game coming your way from Indianapolis, where the Colts are leading the Ravens. Rob Morris, the middle linebacker, still down. The good news is he has been moving around.
You'll see when he comes to make the tackle. That's number 94. Number 25, Nick Harper, comes in and just hits him helmet to helmet. And then when he hits the ground, he hits Travis Taylor of the Baltimore Ravens' knee. So I think he's out right there. And then on top of that, he gets hit in the back of the head again. Wow. We saw Ray Lewis get hit before by his own guy. And now we see Rob Morris take that shot.
Morris, an honest, funny, nice guy out of Brigham Young, who admitted when he first came into this league, all he was doing was chasing the football, had no clue at all, and he is up, gets a nice round of applause. He'll have to come out at least temporarily. And he says, if I can't play in this system, it might be time to find a new profession. Well, he found out he can play in this system. He has become a very valuable commodity on defense. Gary Brackett, number 58, has come in his spot. And Bowler straight back to throw. Outside. Short gain. And that pass was completed to Kevin Johnson, his second grab of the day.
What do you think they're going to do now on 3rd and, what, a yard and a half? 3rd and 2. Who gets the ball?
Well, the guys that I would give the ball to would be Jamal Lewis, but he's not there. So the next guy that's going to get it is Chester Taylor, number 29.
Or Todd Heap, like I said.
Now they're going into shotgun.
Colts show a 4-man line. There comes Freeney from the backside. This pass thrown underneath and incomplete. And Freeney is really giving Ogden fits.
Well, Freeney is so fast, and he's got Ogden. Now look at Jonathan Ogden's trying to back up to get to him. And Freeney's already by now. Once he's by, and he's taking that short route to Kyle Bowler. Kyle Bowler either has to do one of two things. Either go deeper or step up quicker.
Well, I think you can also help him out by moving him out of the pocket a little bit, too. If you keep dropping him back in the pocket, Dwight Freeney's just taking a beat on him.
Zastudil will kick to Walters, but they'll whistle the play dead.
This will be a penalty against the Ravens.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 49, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
We talk about the Ravens offense. This is a football team, and I'm not downplaying the Indianapolis Colts at all. Trust me. But here's a team that you should be able to move the ball a little bit passing against this team, and they haven't been able to do that.
You're talking about the worst ranked passing attack in the National Football League, though, with the Ravens.
Well, you're talking about number 28 defensively against the pass. And now Peyton Manning will have a chance to start from his own 23-yard line as he continues to chase the record, but he only has a 3-point lead in this one. Back in Indianapolis, the Colts have the ball at their own 23-yard line. And it has been a very un-Peyton-like night for Peyton Manning, only 10 out of 19. 133 yards. He usually has that in the first quarter.
There they are again, the Ravens bouncing around.
Edgerrin James nowhere to go off the right side. Ed Reed, the quarterback of that great defense, wired for Sunday night.
What's up, boy? He pointing me out, though. He watching me, you know what I'm saying? He pointed me out the whole time. So playing with your eyes. You know what I'm talking about? Playing with your eyes. You on it, playing with your eyes.
Not only a tremendous athlete, but a student of the game. He says spent so much time at Ray Lewis's house watching film. These guys have been just about welded at the hip. And Edgerrin James will take this one out to the 27-yard line, where Kelly Gregg, the nose tackle, made the stop.
Well, what Ed Reed was talking about, he says he's fooling with your eyes. He says, you got Peyton Manning looking you off, doing things to you, and he says, look, what he's trying to relate to Chris McAllister is that we've watched enough film on, so we know what he's doing. Don't let him take you out of what you're doing.
3rd and 5 for Manning. Now as Thomas fakes the blitz and Suggs gets up on the line, Peyton changes the play.
This is great. This is a chess match.
Manning to Wayne, and Wayne has the first down. I don't know that I have ever seen a smarter athlete than Peyton Manning. The things he accomplishes in such a short period of time.
You know why this all works? Because they're at the line of scrimmage. Now they get 40 seconds. They're down to 25. Peyton is already there. He can do all the things that he wants to do. He's got 20 seconds or 25 seconds to do it in.
I'm still impressed with the job that offensive line is doing, picking up most of these stunts and blitzes.
And Saturday is tremendous as the center with all those flying calls.
Well, the best part about it is they sit still. They don't move.
Peyton under center this time. Edgerrin out to the 40.
I want to go back to the previous play and give you an idea of the communication that's going on both sides of the ball. You know, Peyton Manning, see, he's pointing out now. He's saying, okay, Adalius Thomas is moving around. Ray Lewis is telling him, okay, move over. All right, this is what they're going to do. I mean, you've got a lot of communicating going on. Now, the Ravens can do this because you're in the Colts' home park, and it's quiet enough so that Ray can communicate.
Tariq Glenn, the big left tackle, came up limping after that last play. He stays in the lineup. James again, picking his way through. Ray Lewis makes the tackle, but he has another first down.
Tony Dungy told Susie, we have to be able to run the football. The first 2 plays of this game, Edgerrin James caught a pass and ran the ball. Now what they have to do is run the football. You can't run play-action passes unless you run the football and set it up. And here comes Edgerrin James. This one here, he's hit in the hole. He picks up this first down on his own.
Keep in mind, this offensive line to a large degree is blocking from a 2-point stance. Ryan Deans is up in a 2-point stance and he's run blocking. That's not easy.
This is the #1 offense in the NFL, but only #11 rushing, even though Edgerrin James, as an individual, leads the NFL. James goes outside, lost the football, and got it back. Ray Lewis knocked it away, and the Colts were right there to save it.
Brandon Stokely dropped the one before, but now he comes up with a big fumble recovery. Off to the left of your screen. Edge bounces outside. Ray's coming in behind, knocks the ball loose, and there's number 83 right on top of it. Does the smart thing, and you talked about it, Paul. Don't try and play with it. Don't try and pick it up. Just get on it.
Spotted at the Ravens 49. Got everybody at the line of scrimmage. 10 guys
on the line of scrimmage.
And Manning throws to Harrison, and Harrison down to the 38.
What a catch.
Well, what a throw. I mean, the throw is made out in front of Marvin Harrison, where he's the only one that can catch the football. But they had 10 men up on the line of scrimmage. Here comes the throw. Look where it is. The only one that's going to get it is Marvin Harrison.
Is that pretty?
Chris McAllister didn't have a chance.
What incredible hands he has.
He's 7th all time in number of catches in NFL history. This is the most impressive drive the Colts have had all night long.
The fans are so cooperative to Peyton.
Wayne, that way was taken away. Haven't heard a whistle yet, and now it blows. Gary Baxter came up with the ball.
Well, there aren't many times that you'll see Peyton Manning throw into double coverage, but this time he does. There are 2 men out there, and is this? No, he's down.
He got it, and he's down.
But Baxter did a great job of stealing the ball out on the ground.
Even though you said it's the double coverage, and it was, he fit it right in there.
That's frustrating for a defensive back, though.
You think you can call that confidence? Confidence in your receivers?
Another blitz underneath. Stokely makes this catch down to the 29, and it looks like Manning has found his rhythm.
You wonder why Peyton Manning is doing all the communicating to his offense, the wide receivers. And look at all the movement. Watch the Ravens move around. They give him an initial look. Adalys Thomas jumps over. Okay, now he's making audibles. Now the safeties come up. More changes on the defensive side of the ball. Now the linebackers walk up. I mean, he's getting the ball out of his hands very quickly, which is very good. Look out for the play action here.
2 tight ends in on 3rd and 1. There it is. Manning down the middle, wide open. Harrison, touchdown.
He is not going to sit and be patient. If it's 3rd and 1, and he's got Marvin Harrison one-on-one, you can bet any amount of money you want. It's going up top.
Peyton Manning from 29 yards out. That is number 47. And he is 1 touchdown pass away from history.
I'll tell you what, Marvin Harrison just left Chris McAllister. He put a move on Chris McAllister. Look who's in the middle of the field. Only Marvin Harrison. Watch this move that he makes on him.
Oh.
Bing right here. Chris McAllister turned the wrong way. It's over.
I think he runs the best routes. Muhsin Muhammad last night did a great job running routes. Marvin Harrison is absolutely phenomenal when he gets an opportunity to run routes.
77 yards in 10 plays, the first touchdown of the game.
When you're looking for that one perfect gift, for that one special person, it helps to know the people who know diamonds. Zales beautiful diamond jewelry. Your choice, just $99.99. Zales, the diamond store.
We have 170 kinds of beer from all over the world. Call me when you're ready.
I'm ready. Call the Sam Adams.
Yeah.
You can go around the world and not find a better beer than Samuel Adams. Always a good decision.
Introducing the unusually versatile, sport-tuned Kia Spectra 5. Hook up with one.
Shave your beard, not your face. Introducing the new Norelco Cool Skin Shaver. Close as a blade with less irritation.
On the joyous days of bowl week, my TV history. Tailbacks are sweeping, quarterbacks are throwing, missiles are falling, head coaches screaming.
Capital One Bowl Week begins Monday, December 27th on ESPN.
The Colts have taken a 13-3 lead over the Ravens thanks to a great Marvin Harrison move and a perfect pass from Peyton Manning. His 47th of the year, 1 to go to tie Dan Marino for the best season of all time.
That was not as impressive a catch by Marvin Harrison as the one he caught, the short one.
B.J. Sams on the return and stoned as he got to the 28. Tremendous tackle by Corey Bird. And how pretty was this? Peyton Manning never stopped studying He has his team up now by 10. And the number's getting better. He has his first score of the night.
Can the Ravens continue to play mush ball?
That's what they do, but Kyle Bowler is going to need to contribute more. And Bowler throws to Heap, and Todd Heap, after a big game last week, has not been a factor at all until now. That's his first catch of the night, 24 yards.
Well, I'll tell you, this is all done by play action, and this is what happens when you run the football. Watch Todd Heap come off the line of scrimmage. They just release him in the middle. They're playing a zone. Todd Heap just gets behind the linebacker in front of the safety, and he's wide open. But Todd Heap is basically a tight end who they split out the majority of the time.
And he is a Pro Bowler. Another fake by Bowler.
They
Goes
actually
to more and more, flattened as he got to the 30, but that's a gain of 16.
I like what Matt Cavanaugh did. He had the crossing route from right to left on the first play action. Turns around, gives you a different formation, and runs exactly the same route coming the other way. The first one was to Todd Heap. This one now is to Clarence Moore. Moore keeps running on this one, and they're taking advantage of their ability to run the football.
That was Moore's first catch of the night. So the two big weapons for a week ago finally get involved in the passing attack late in the third quarter. Bowler again wants a screen. Lewis. And Lewis to the 23.
That's the first screen we've seen tonight by either team.
A lot of firsts on this sequence.
Yeah, there really is. And in this sequence here, they have not run the football one time. So are they playing, what do you call it?
Mush ball.
Mush ball?
No.
I don't think so. Mush ball's over.
Well, the thing was, the first two plays were set up off of the play action because they have run it so much. Plus, play action will slow Freeney down just a half a step, maybe, for Ogden.
2nd and 4. Lewis. Big hole. Lewis down to the 17. Another first down. Mike Doss up from the strong safety spot.
You know, you're talking about Ogden. Watch him open this hole. Ogden's going to cut off going down. Left of your screen, 75. Look at this hole. Here comes Jamal back inside, and Jonathan Ogden just seals it off.
Monte Rieger just couldn't get around that block.
Well, if you go around him, you're out of bounds.
Literally a city block.
Lewis again, this time inside the 15-yard line.
There's a reason Jamal Lewis just went over 100 yards. It's those little steps that he takes that you were talking about before. You know, he's always looking down the field. He's always running downhill. But his feet are always moving to give him a chance to get in any kind of an open spot. And, I mean, when you keep your feet moving like he does, it's really hard to bring him down.
And a report on Rob Morris, the middle linebacker for the Colts. He has suffered a concussion. His return is questionable. Bowler, good protection, throws, end zone, too long. Heap was in the corner, but Bowler missed him. Let's go to Susie.
Well, Heap had a great assessment of his quarterback before the game. He said the development has all been in his head. He's so much more comfortable now. Knows his offense. And the key is, Paul, you'll like this. He said, just watch his feet. At the beginning of this year, you could just tell that he was uneasy, didn't know exactly where to go, where all his guys are. Watch him now. He seems so calm, cool, knows the offense inside and out.
Thank you, Susie, for the feet. I love the feet.
3rd and 6. Freeney flying off the edge and got there in time to mess up the timing.
I'll tell you what, nobody's that fast. Nobody is that fast coming off the end. Dwight Freeney has been doing this all night. Look at the speed. They're still sitting in their stance when he comes off the line of scrimmage. That's unbelievable.
He's got to be offsides. And this is supposed to be a screen. And screens, you're supposed to just bump the guy and then release. Well, that doesn't work with Freeney.
And he is going against the guy who is arguably, by far, the best left tackle in football. Block. The Colts with a big play on special special teams, and they've got the football all the way to the 31-yard line. The block by Von Hutchins, or at least he ended up with the ball. It may have been blocked by Larry Triplett.
That ball hit the lineman in the back of the head.
Looked like Benny Anderson. And Hutchins picked it up. Matt Stover looked like he just got off a bad low kick.
This is low. When you hit your offensive lineman in the back of the head, that's low. Here comes this kick. Watch this. Number 66 is Anderson. Watch where this ball hits him. Bonk.
Now, Stover had made 25 of 26. He was having a heck of a year till then.
Big break for the Colts. They have it all the way to the 31-yard line. Manning under pressure. Trying to buy time. Throws underneath. Edgerrin James incomplete.
I want to show you the last time the Colts had the ball, just how well the executed touchdown pass was. This is Manning with pass tracks. You'll get a chance to see. He's going to lead Marvin Harrison to the middle of the football field, right to the L there. That's 17 yards. You look at the arc. That's the anticipation of where a receiver's going to be. The distance was 41, led the receiver 17 yards, and he had an arc of 20. You could see it through the vapor trap.
2nd and 10 for the Colts. Underneath to Stokely. Stokely to the 26. Let's check in with Susie.
Well, Peyton and Marvin 3 away from equaling the top touchdown tandem in NFL history, but Marvin told me his desire to stay in Indy, sign the new contract. It wasn't about numbers or being #1 on this list. No, it was all about what he and Peyton have been through, rebuilding the franchise, all the tough times, wrong routes and interceptions, teamwork, the bumps and the bruises. Then you can talk about milestones.
And Susie, now they have it 3rd and 4, trying to keep the drive alive after the blocked field goal.
Look at the adjustments the Ravens are making.
Manning to Wayne, 1st down inside the 10.
Boy, you know, the job that this offensive line is doing, what happens is the Ravens will look like they're going to bring a linebacker, then they'll bring Will Demps, a safety coming up, and the tackles are just doing a terrific job picking up. Now you see Reggie Wayne, again, ball thrown to the back corner. That's how good and hard these guys work. Reggie Wayne, I think, has made a world of difference to this offense. He's really stepped his game up.
He has really blossomed. On the other side of Marvin Harrison, and Stokely has been a huge bonus. Edgerrin James inside the 5, dragging Ray Lewis with him to the 3.
Well, that's what Peyton Manning told us the other day. He said, look, if they're going to back off and expect me to pass to break this record, when we get down inside the 10 or the 15-yard line in the red zone, and that thing we can run with Edgerrin James, I'm running the football. It doesn't matter how we get in the end zone as long as we get there.
I don't care. I think he's throwing this to Marvin Harrison. You got to figure out which one of the receivers is going to catch 49. I think he's going to throw this to Marvin Harrison.
How about
James? Touchdown.
Hey, what the heck?
True to his word.
He really is. And he told us exactly what he was going to do. If they're down there and they're backing off, and that's the Ravens defense, and they're playing pass defense, I'm going to give it to Edgerrin. He's going to score.
The records will come. When he's done, he may own them all.
And look at the hole in the middle of that line. I mean, you have to run the football unless you've got an ego, and that's something that man right there does not have.
That was a nice block by number 73, Jake Scott, the rookie.
Peyton doesn't need an ego anymore. He signed a $98 million contract. If he needs one, he can go buy it. The Colts have taken a big lead on the Ravens at home. Extension for him after they have done the same with Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison.
And there have been reports about him being franchised, and I talked to Bill Polian, the GM, and that's not the case.
Sam's across the 20, 30, 40. Gramatica whiffs. and he's down to the 34. Martin Gramatica, because Vanderjagt has a leg injury, is in to handle the kickoffs. Obviously, he is not expected to handle any of the tackles.
Martin Gramatica does a wonderful job here now. I'm serious. What he does, he turns Sam's back into the traffic. Watch what he does. Martin doesn't let him get to the outside. It was a beautiful whiff. He almost touched him. If that was flag football, he'd have never gotten a flag either.
Well, Gary Brackett did a great job because there was nothing between Sam's and the goal line.
Sam's has had a tremendous rookie year out of McNeese State. Lewis down at the 27-yard line. Critical possession for the Ravens. They need to score on this drive in some fashion because they're down by 17 points, and that play is going to take us to the end.
If the record were to happen, I would be extremely humbled and honored by it. I would like to leave some kind of mark on the game.
One quarter remaining in this one. Peyton Manning needs one more touchdown pass to tie Dan Marino at 48 in a season. And the Ravens need a score here. Kyle Bowler for the end zone. Moore got his hands on it twice, knocked away twice by Jason David. And that's a matchup of 5'8" against 6'6".
I just wondered, did Moore jump a little too soon on this ball here? Here's the ball. He thought he was jumping. He was actually reaching because he hardly left the ground. But he had a second chance to catch it. Moore timed it.
Terrific position by Jason David. If Moore does jump, he's got a chance. Brian Billick said we're looking for mismatches on the outside, and we feel like we can make something happen.
Draw play, Chester Taylor.
Boy, he almost lost that one. That was a fumble that snuck away and got back.
Jim Nelson and Cato June combined to bring him down. Nelson is in there with Rob Morris out. Suffered a concussion earlier in the ball game.
They're going for it on fourth down. I like this.
Have to.
Oh, why not?
You have to.
They're down 17. The field goal really against this team, the Colts team, I don't think it matters.
It's a long yard. And we've got a timeout. 14:22 to go in the game.
Sunday Night Football, brought to you by Pioneer Pure Vision Plasma Displays. The purest color, the purest experience. Cialis. Cialis is here. Ask your doctor if a free sample of Cialis is right for you. Meet the Fockers, starring Robert De Niro, Ben Stiller, Dustin Hoffman, and Barbra Streisand. Meet the Fockers this Christmas. And Office Depot, the top 100 gifts for business. Now at Office Depot.
Tonight's aerial coverage brought to you by Budweiser, high above the RCA Dome. Fourth and a long yard.
Jonathan Ogden is at 350.
Bowler first down inside the 20, and you almost got the feeling it was going to be in a pass because Ogden was set back from the line of scrimmage to pass.
What a gutsy call by Brian Billick and Matt Cavanaugh. Kevin Johnson just goes up and makes the play. Nick Harper's had a busy night. Boy, what a big catch.
Oh, it is, and I'll tell you what, it gives your quarterback a lot of confidence. And to have him call a play like that on fourth down, you're behind by 17 points. That's a great call.
And you believe in him.
That's right.
And Harper was right there. Bowler again for the end zone, and incomplete. That looked like it went right off Todd Heap's hands. It may have been tipped.
Boy, does Kyle Bowler make a throw on this one. There are a lot of Colts in the way. Look at that. Right off his right hand.
Doss was there maybe to get a piece.
Nobody got a piece of anything. The only guy that touched that was Todd Heap.
There's a flag on this play.
Substitution, 12 men in the huddle.
Oh, man.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Go to Susie.
Mike, the Ravens still fighting for that wild card and mostly relying on what got them here. Jamal Lewis busting out for 118 rushing yards. That'll eat up the clock, but they haven't been able to put many points on the board. And Peyton Manning gets his offense rolling in the second half. Touchdown number 47 to his go-to guy, Marvin Harrison. One away from tying Dan Marino for his place in NFL history.
All right, Susie, the Ravens trying to get back in this game. Here comes a blitz, draw play. Lewis still on his feet. Jamal Lewis will have a first down at the 18-yard line. Check it. They moved him back because of the penalty.
Michael, look at this move. You want to talk about a big man with great feet? Look at this move he makes. Now, this last 7 yards, those are all his. Not his legs. He's got to get help. This is a big man that makes great moves. He makes the moves of a little man.
They mark the ball at the 18. They'll need to reach the 9 for a first down.
You got Clarence Moore at the right top part of the screen. The big guy.
Bowler. And that one went through the hands of Todd Heap.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. I don't know why you kick a field goal now. If you went for it on fourth down before, why not go again?
Well, this would be 4th and 8.
I don't care.
That goes right off the hands of Von Hutchins. Number 27 knocked that one away.
This will be a 36-yard try for Stover, who had his last one blocked.
Whoa. You got a whole bunch of people came in. Wait a minute, there's a flag on this play, and they're saying that the defense was offside. At least the offense is saying that.
Now it takes it from possibly 4th and 8 to 4th and 3.
Let's talk this over.
Get together.
Meeting.
What do you think, Paul?
I'll tell you what I saw. All I saw was blue move, and I don't even know why White would move.
Offside. Defense. Number 90. Penalties decline. Field goal's good.
Now you change it.
Timeout.
No, I think he's doing the right thing. You've got the points on the board. You're back within 2 scores. Leave it at. The Ravens will take points off the board because they will have a 4th and about 4. The referee initially said the penalty was declined.
Baltimore has elected to accept the offside penalty. It'll be 4th down. Please set the game clock to 12 minutes, 54 seconds.
Here it is, right in the middle of the field. You see, but the play goes through because it's a defensive penalty, and they kicked the ball through and ended up putting 3 points on. And the referee assumed that they wanted the 3 points, which they didn't.
And it looked like they only gave them about 4 yards on the penalty walk-off. 4th down, Bowler to throw. To the end zone, Heap.
Touchdown.
Held on. Touchdown, Todd Heap.
3 times in a row he goes to Todd Heap.
Well, he
figured 1 out of 3 got to catch it.
He didn't go to him at all in the first half, and Todd Heap is the reason why they've managed to get some points back here.
So the decision pays off as the Ravens, instead of being 20-6, can now make it 20-10.
Von Hutchins can't stay with him. He tried to mirror him. That's the whole thing. When you play this cover 2, corners up, safeties back, if you're going to go toe-to-toe with a guy in the slot or a tight end, you better slow him down a little bit.
Indianapolis has some little guys in the secondary. Hutchins is 5'9", trying to stay with Heap at 6'5". Back to Indianapolis in a moment.
Ray Lewis got his guys getting fired up. They know what they're going to have to do. The offense did their part.
Oh, they still have a little swagger, but they're down 20-10. Dominique Rhodes 3 yards deep this time, and James Mungro tells him to keep it right there.
As Peyton Manning continues to try and chase Dan Marino's record of 48 touchdown passes, early in this game he almost got picked off by Chad Williams, but he wasn't going to stop. He finally gets into the end zone with this pass to Marvin Harrison on a 3rd and short. He's had 3 shots at the end zone so far tonight. He's converted 1. And I just don't see him getting big chunks, big shots. I think he's going to have to be patient, just like he did on the last drive. Pick up 6-7 yards, but it's got to start with Edge running the football.
The last drive was surgical precision. Edgerrin James for a yard. Let's check in with Susie.
Well, Mike, Peyton's touchdown record is obviously going to dominate headlines, but Tony Dungy was pretty adamant when we talked to him that there's some other things that this team would like to focus on. How about 3 wide receivers all going for 10 touchdowns and 1,000 yards, or the offensive line, fewest sacks, and the NFL's leading rusher? That's their focus, and Peyton has been so great about making this a total team effort.
Susie, it has been a tremendous contribution from a lot of different areas on offense. And the defense late in the season is actually starting to play a little bit better after being torched earlier, and they're playing quite well tonight. Blitz coming, Peyton double pumped, and Stokely thought he was held by Ray Lewis.
Well,
and
Ray
the former teammates will exchange words.
Excuse me, I just going to say Ray Lewis just got in the way. Stokely's trying to get around Ray Lewis. Number 52 is standing. Look at this. That's the old, you're in my area, my 5-yard area. But again, you cannot touch anybody when they're in the 5-yard area when the ball is in the air.
Very well done. Oh, guru of rules. Mr. Book, Mr. Rule Book.
I do know the rules.
What page is that on?
17.
I thought so. Look at the movement. Look, the Ravens. You figure out where they're coming from.
They're all blitzing from the right side, and Peyton tried to get it to Harrison, knocked away by McAllister.
Well, he figured if everybody was lined up to the left, that meant that Marvin Harrison had to be over there with Chris McAllister on the right, and why not take a shot? Does a nice job of selling. Chris McAllister actually did a nice job of guessing on the route. He just laid off inside. All right, the defense has done its job now. If you're a Raven fan and coach of the Ravens.
Peyton Manning, who has had 4 5-touchdown games this year, the most ever in one season, has been held to 1 tonight by that Ravens defense. B.J. Sams signals for the fair catch and makes it near the 40. 39-yard kick and no return. 11:50 to go in the game. The Ravens down by 10.
Tonight on SportsCenter, why the Chargers look like this season's team of destiny, and what Shaq says Flash has in Kobe Bryant, plus Boomer's top 10 plays of the week. SportsCenter after the game.
How's it look? Not so good. There's an asteroid traveling toward us at 200 times the speed of sound. Might hit us, might not. If it does,
fuel your curiosity from super asteroids to Stonehenge and aliens. Dare to explore the world's biggest mysteries on Naked Science. Wednesdays at 10 on the National Geographic Channel, Channel 276.
Is there anything I won't do? I think it's pretty obvious not. I'm shameless. I don't care what. You want me to tie a monkey to my waist and run around? I'll do it. If the price is right. One time, I ran naked through a bowling alley for $3 and I earned it. You ever spit on animals at the zoo? Lose your keys down the toilet? Hey, I can be bought. Did you ever give a midget a massage? I have. $23.
With NFL Sunday Ticket from DirecTV, you can go everywhere the action is.
Lambo! Love your work. Yes! I'm breezing. Going to Miami.
NFL Sunday Ticket is the closest you can get to being in every game.
Only 40 million people watching. No pressure. Oh, hey, we're on the Tron.
See this Sunday's pivotal matchups. Order NFL Sunday Ticket pay per day for just $39.99. Only from DirecTV.
Officials from the NFL Referees Association have joined the V Foundation to blow the whistle on cancer this year. All 119 NFL game officials will donate a portion of their salaries from this weekend's games to the V Foundation for Cancer Research. The V Foundation was started in 1993 by ESPN, and Jimmy Valvano, in his honor, it's raised over $40 million for cancer research. Bowler underneath. Ricard makes the catch and advances it to the 43.
Well, the star tonight is Jamal Lewis. He's got over 100 yards. But just, when you look at this guy, you have to just see the power and the fact that his legs really never stop. I hate to beat this into the ground, but as soon as he's popped, he just keeps moving. Look at the power here. And he's still not down. I mean, David makes a tackle, but he still breaks that tackle and gets another 2 yards.
Lowers his shoulder and just rambles over Cato June. Let's go to Susie.
Well, you'd have to think it's an understatement to say that it's been a long year for Jamal Lewis. Pressure on the field and off. That 2-game suspension by the league after a 4-year-old drug case was resolved. And on the field, teams stacking the box. The O-line suffered their injuries. Then he had his own ankle injury. But he told me before the game, he feels refreshed now, ready to go. He said, I haven't been doing this for just a minute. It's like riding a bike. And tonight, over 100 yards to prove it.
And Susie, maybe a big play for Jamal Lewis and the Ravens here. 3rd and a long yard. Bowler instead will throw for it. And Bowler will get the first down. The catch, Darnell Dinkins, the number 4 listed tight end with the grab.
And with Jamal's presence on the field, even Kyle Bowler really has been successful. With Jamal in the game, when he's healthy, he's thrown 10 touchdown passes. Without Jamal Lewis in the backfield, Kyle Bowler's only thrown 1. So Lewis has a great effect on both aspects of this offense.
What he does more than anything else, not only running with the ball, but when they fake to him, he freezes all linebackers.
He's like the Edgerrin James guy.
They need a score out of this drive. Bowler with a quick strike, and Heap will make the catch to the 33. I love that replay of Jason David chasing down Jamal Lewis. Is like a dog chasing a bus. You know, you catch it, and what are you going to do with it?
He got caught under the tires on that one, I can tell you. You know, without the other thing about when Jamal Lewis didn't play in those 4 games, for the Ravens, more responsibility fell on Kyle Bowler's shoulders. You see a much different, much more confident quarterback throwing the football at this stage of the season than early on.
Second and 2. Play action by Bowler is a very good runner. Sidearms this one to Heap. There's a flag down, so is Heap at the 15.
Offensive lineman downfield is going to be the penalty.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense, number 61. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
That's Casey Robach, the center.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, this thing was set up so well, and it all starts with the fake to Jamal Lewis. And when Kyle Bowler comes to the outside, there's really nobody in his face, nobody around him. He makes the perfect throw, and you got the center downfield. What do you think?
There's no reason for Casey Robach to be downfield.
No.
It's not like Kyle Bowler's going to take off and run.
Blitz coming. Bowler throws on the run and got rid of it.
You know, here's a time, Joe, where Kyle Bowler leaves the pocket, and he didn't have to. He had blocking in front of him, and he could have stayed and waited in that pocket. He didn't have to come out.
Well,
I don't want you, just look. Look at the time he's got. Nobody is putting any pressure on him. He puts it on himself by getting out of that pocket.
Well,
that's a deep hole.
You have to assume they're in 2-down territory again.
They have to reach the 31-yard line for a first down. 4-man rush. Bowler throws underneath. Incomplete. David with a nice job on Todd Heap, the tight end.
Dwight Freeney caused Kyle Bowler to make an off-balance throw. He puts that really great spin move on Ogden again. Watch this. Look at this up and under, and you see him. He flashes right in front of Bowler, and Heap tries to make a one-handed catch and can't get it done. Here they go, 4th down again.
Boy, David made a nice play on that. I mean, Jason David was right there on Todd Heap.
And boy, there's no back off in Freeney, is there?
No back off in Brian Billick either. Going for it again.
One thing that Freeney does, and that's he always gets in the view of Kyle Bowler, and that's what's distracting him.
Blitz coming. Bowler throws. Incomplete. That's broken up. Again, Jason David got in there. It was intended for more, and he had his hands on it and couldn't hold it.
Now, you say he should have caught this ball, but if he leads Clarence Moore with this pass, it could be perfect because Clarence Moore is open. Watch this. He's open. He had to reach back, and when he reached back, Clarence David is the guy that takes the ball out of his hand. What a great defensive play.
He had it all the way into his body. It's not like it hit his hands and fell down. He snatched it and brought it into his body.
Boy, and the frustration on the face of Jonathan Ogden. He is not used to people doing anything like that to him.
Speed kills.
Colts have the ball back with 8.5 minutes to go in the game, and they'd love to work on the clock right now. They'll start with Edgerrin James. Absolutely nowhere to go. He'll lose a yard.
Peyton Manning is chasing Dan Marino's record, and look at the distances. 1 to 9, 17 and 18. Look at the similarities in the distances with which they have thrown touchdown passes. It's really impressive to see how close they are. They're real close in the record, but look at the way those numbers come out. 17 to 18, 13 to 12. Unbelievable, the similarity.
Manning goes to the shotgun. Deion Sanders comes in to cover Stokely in the slot. Manning underneath to Edgerrin James, and Thomas is right there to drag him down. There's a flag at midfield.
I think they're going to call Deion Sanders
for holding Stokely. And Deion is upset.
Illegal contact. Defense, number 37. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Well, we showed Deion earlier in the year getting away with some major contact.
And he didn't
after
appreciate
5
that,
yards.
I might add.
No, he didn't.
When you see Peyton Manning go back with all the receivers that he has, and there's somebody to throw the ball to, sometimes there's a reason for it.
Keep in mind, that would have been 3rd down and 14 because they got edge with a 3-yard loss. Now you've got 1st and 10, and the clock is running away from you. Or actually 1st and 7, excuse me. 1st and 10. I was right the first time.
Yeah, they haven't moved the sticks on the other
They have not
side.
adjusted the chains on the far side as yet. For some reason. Manning to the shotgun. Blitz coming again.
Flag
pass
everywhere.
complete to Stokely. And another flag in the secondary.
Deion again. This
Two
time,
different flags.
well,
in the
this time
secondary.
he's holding Reggie Wayne. On the top side, you're going to see Deion Sanders, 37. Well, you know, that's after the 5 yards. You can't bump a guy. You can't.
Hey, Reggie says, look, they're not throwing balls to me. I'll just catch flags.
He's already got his 1,000 yards.
There are 2 fouls on the defense. Illegal contact, defense, number 20. That penalty's declined. Illegal contact, defense, number 37. That penalty's accepted. 5 yards, automatic first down.
Well, that's got to make Deion very unhappy.
They gave him the choice.
Yeah.
Who are you going to pin it on?
Well, they got a rise from the crowd, though. That was kind of nice. Look at this.
Well, you are entitled to the space you occupy, and it looked like he may have just been run into in that situation.
He could have been, but it's still, if you're making contact, you know it's going the offensive guy's way.
The penalties move it up to the 48-yard line. It's first down again for Indianapolis. Wayne.
Well, that ball hit him in the chest, and he was on the run as soon as the ball hit him in the chest. He just had enough awareness to bring the ball in. This is a perfect throw. Watch when this ball hits Wayne. Bang, up in the air, get the ball. He's moving. He was on the move when he was pulling the ball in.
It's a good thing his chest got in the way.
Yeah, that one had some zip on it. Colts just outside the Ravens' 40. Clock is a factor now. 6 minutes, 22 seconds. Manning with a strike to Wayne. Wayne at the 24. There is another flag down.
They're going to call this one on the right side, maybe against Chris McAllister.
Illegal contact, defense, number 49. Penalties decline. First down.
Chad Williams, but they'll take the result of the play instead of a 5-yard penalty.
Look at this play action pass. That the defense is held, and that's in the double coverage on the other side, but it doesn't make any difference because when you take a look at what Reggie Wayne does coming back to the ball, that thing almost hit him in the mouth.
These Raven defensive backs have to understand you can't touch a receiver. You can't even look like you're touching them. They're hardly hand checking them and they're throwing the flags. They have to realize it.
Edgerrin James reaches the 22-yard line. Will Demps with that tackle.
The other thing you're going to see Peyton Manning do here is we talk about his ability to throw and his chasing Dan Marino's record, but when it comes to managing the game and managing the clock, he knows that he doesn't want to let the Ravens have the ball offensively.
Jeff Saturday is sitting down. I think he's got, well, he had to get a shoe on.
Two factors that work here. The Colts still ahead by 2 scores. A field goal would leave it there, but not only are they in position to add to their total, they're burning valuable time off that clock. Manning flushed and throws it away.
There's another flag down. They're going to call another penalty against the Ravens secondary. These the Raven secondary has got to understand what the rules are.
Deion Sanders again, I think. I mean, he's the one that's in the area.
McAllister is really upset.
This one's on Chris McAllister, and you're going to see how he doesn't make a lot of contact, but the receiver is running, and you can't touch him.
There's no foul for illegal contact. The quarterback was out in the pocket when the contact occurred. Third down.
So they'll pick up the flag.
All right, here's McAllister on Marvin Harrison. Well, he made contact, but Peyton Manning was out of the pocket.
It wasn't McAllister. It was up in the middle of the football field.
Well, if it's there, then again, I'm telling you, it was Deion Sanders again.
He's not going to like you very much. You keep doing that.
That's what he's doing.
So now it's 3rd down and 8. He looked at Marvin Harrison. That's one of those private signals between them. Stokely makes that catch and is slammed to the ground by Lewis after Ed Reed hit him. They're at the 16-yard line, about 1.5 yards shy of a first down. And here comes the field goal team. Peyton wanted to go for it.
It was Ed, you know, the guy we talked about before, Ed Reed, the defensive quarterback of this team, and also he's got the Pro Bowl, the guy that leads the league in interceptions. Ed Reed will absolutely drill you. He loves to hit people. Well, you can't play in this defense unless you do.
Vanderjagt is hit from 24 and 33. He has another 33-yard attempt here. And missed it. Wide right.
Look at Manning. Manning is upset because Peyton Manning wanted to go for it. But the smart move was to kick the field goal and put yourself up by 13 points.
Tony Dungy made a coaching decision. The right coaching decision is when you have a kicker like Vanderjagt, you just go out and let him go kick a field goal. See, Peyton and Reggie are talking, say, look, this is what he's doing to me. I'm surprised that Peyton, with as much one-on-one and as much man coverage as the Ravens have played, I'm surprised he hasn't thrown to Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne on the back part, the back shoulders of some of the throws we've seen him make earlier.
So new life for the Ravens, down by 10 with 4:03 to go. They still need 2 scores. Bowler underneath to Johnson, and Johnson hammered out of bounds to 34. Let's go to Susie.
Well, the Ravens fighting to stay alive. And they're going to do it on the legs of Jamal Lewis. 130 rushing yards, but they're going to have to put it in the air as time is running out. And the NFL's leading sacker, Dwight Freeney, make that 14 on the season, a franchise record. And Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison, the most lethal duo in the NFL, connect for number 47, one away from history.
And Susie Freeney is going to be loaded up against Ogden again. Bowler takes off. And when was the last time you saw this? Jonathan Ogden, the all-world left tackle, is getting help. Someone back there waiting for Freeney to help him out.
All right, here comes Jonathan Ogden. Just take a look. And here comes Freeney, and that's Jamal Lewis that came in. He actually trips. He doesn't much help him. You know, on the play before this, Dwight Freeney, they had Todd Heap on the line of scrimmage. Dwight Freeney peeled off and covered Heap man-to-man.
Jonathan Ogden's not used to having help.
Makes it inside move and got it.
He's beat him 5 times on that same move. What Freeney does is he gets into Ogden's body, and then he just spins off. Jonathan Ogden cannot get his hands out on Dwight Freeney.
Well, Jonathan Ogden is doing, watch how slow he is with this move. See, he gets that back foot open, and when he gets it open, now Freeney goes inside. Jonathan Ogden can't get back. The only way, and he actually held him, and he still got the sack.
Freeney is conducting a clinic for speed rushers. He now has a league-leading 15, and it's 3rd and 15 for the Ravens with the clock running. That time Ogden held him. The pass completed, but far short of the first down. Jamel White makes the tackle. Freeney, 10-plus sacks his first 3 years, and look at the list that he becomes a part of. Reggie, Derek, and Javon. Holy cow. And now the Ravens have to go for it. 4th and 9. Bowler hit. Jamal Lewis somehow makes the catch. It's the first down. What an effort by Lewis. Are you kidding?
Unbelievable. Now the Ravens have to speed it up because the clock's running down towards 2 minutes, and they have to at least run one more play. It's important to get plays. But watch this. This ball is tipped by a Colt.
Robert Mathis came in, nearly had the sack, and a miracle for the Ravens. Bowler throws the ball as he's falling down to stop the clock at 2:02.
All right, I'm going to tell you, that play before with Jamal, not only was it heads up when the ball was tipped as he catches the ball, but he picked up the last 5 yards of that on his own.
Yes,
he knew exactly
did.
where the first down was, and nobody could stop him. It was just unbelievable. Watch this hit. Now the catch, I mean, this is exciting. All right, heads up football. But now watch him turn his body to the right about now, and he knows he's got 5 yards to get, and he just knocked Jason David backward
on a bad ankle.
Outran 2, threw another out of the way, ran over another. Here goes White, and White dragged down at the 48-yard line by Corey Bird. We have reached the 2-minute warning officially at 1:52.
Cholesterol. It comes grilled, fried, slow cooked, twice baked, poached, and pureed. But it also comes from Mom, Dad, Grandma Ethel, and Grandpa Sam. Your cholesterol doesn't just come from food. It also has a lot to do with family history. Today, there's Vytorin. When diet and exercise aren't enough, adding Vytorin can help. Vytorin is a new product that treats the 2 sources of cholesterol. Cholesterol from food and the cholesterol your body makes naturally based on family history. Vytorin lowers bad cholesterol 45 to 60%. Vytorin is not for everyone, including people with liver problems, women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Unexplained muscle pain or weakness could be a sign of a rare but serious side effect. Vytorin may interact with other medicines or certain foods, increasing your risk of getting this serious side effect. Simple blood tests are needed to check for liver problems. Ask your doctor about new Vytorin. Your cholesterol comes from 2 sources. Treat them both with Vytorin.
My gift from my aunt.
I made that. Open them up.
My gift from my husband. My gift from my cousin. My gift from me.
Don't miss your chance to buy a new BMW for $5,000 only with your American Express card. Just visit mylifemycard.com. You'll find great products at incredible prices every day. Quantities are limited, so log on today.
My life, my card.
Introducing the Extra Points credit card from the National Football League. Log on to NFL.com/extra points today and start living your NFL dreams.
1 minute 54 seconds left to go in a 20-10 game, and the Ravens cling to a hope. The numbers for Peyton Manning, he needed 2 to tie Dan Marino. He has 1. It looks very unlikely like he will draw the ball back in anger again for the rest of this one.
You know, if it weren't for that blocked field goal, this game could be at 13-13. Could be, would be, should be, isn't.
The Ravens still need 2 scores. Bowler gets the completion to Heap, who drags tacklers with him to the 35.
They've got to move quickly. Just 2 timeouts left.
Todd Heap is a joy to watch.
Now 1 as they burn 1. We have 1:45 left. Back to Indy in a moment.
I wanna rock and roll this party. I still wanna have some fun, but I gotta fly. I gotta fly. Like Steve McQueen, all of me's a fast machine. I'm gonna
Wrangler Jeans Company, a new generation of Wrangler. New fits, new fabrics, new styles.
John Anderson and Stuart Scott standing by for SportsCenter. Peyton talks about those touchdowns. Shaq slams his critics, and Boomer's top plays.
Well, how about the Jacksonville Jaguars going up to Green Bay and beating Brett Favre in Lambeau in about minus degree temperature.
That's a tough football team. We saw that against the Steelers. Bowler out in the flat. And not getting out of bounds is Terry Jones. Here's the deal. Baltimore 8-5. They lose this game. They're 8-6. Jacksonville also 8-6. Bowler incomplete. We are told that Jacksonville would move ahead of Baltimore for that 6th and final playoff spot. And that would be quite a comeback for the Jaguars.
And Baltimore has to play Pittsburgh next week, and then they finish up with Miami in Baltimore.
The only team that has beaten the Steelers this year.
And think about Peyton Manning going to San Diego next week and possibly setting the record there.
Bowler throws incomplete, nearly picked off by Cato June. Well, Peyton Manning grew up idolizing Dan Marino. He is within 1 touchdown pass of tying that 1984 record, and he will join Marino as the only 2 guys who have ever walked in that space.
And the thing is he's such a historian of the game and appreciates so much the accomplishment. And you've heard him talk about just how tough it is to throw a touchdown pass or to win a football game. I mean, this has been a hard-fought contest tonight.
Another 4th down situation for the Ravens. Intercepted by Cato June. He lost the last one. He's got this one. And Cato June, 76 yards for a touchdown. And that puts a period on this one. It's 26-10.
Cato June makes the leap. Now, as he's running, does he stay in bounds? Or does he step out of bounds at some point down the sideline? I think he might have stepped out on the 3-yard line. Watch him run. He's running, he's getting close to the sideline. Does he get there? No. He does not. Boy, it looked awful close.
Clearly, he did not cross the sideline, and clearly that puts the game out of reach.
No, he steps out of bounds, right? Okay, that one might be in. They think he's out right around, I think, the 3 or 4 yard line. And they're going to give Peyton Manning an opportunity. Oh, this is great. How about that? The defense intercepts the ball. He runs out of bounds with 59 seconds to go, just so that Peyton Manning can go on the field.
Did you see him go out of bounds on the first replay coming down the sideline?
I thought right, it looked like his right foot got close to the sidelines, yeah.
His right foot?
Or, well, one of them was around the 3 yard line.
Play is not reviewable. First down, Indianapolis.
Well, the officials call him out of bounds, and it's really not reviewable.
Well, if they blew the whistle, it's dead anyway. So Peyton Manning, if you're the Colts, you actually throw the ball here.
Nah, what they'll do is well, I would, but they won't probably.
Oh, and they're booing him. They're not booing him. They're booing the call. They'll never boo Peyton Manning in this place. And I'll tell you what, if anybody would politic to be able to throw the ball, this guy is coaching like a person that wants to win.
He is a
record
class.
You bet
First of all, he's a class act. Second, if he throws the ball down here, he's taking a chance the pass would be intercepted and run back for a touchdown. And how worthless would that be?
Now he's going to let the clock run down.
But one thing better happen. The Ravens better not call timeout.
Yeah, I think
then all bets are off.
I think Tony Dungy's a little bit torn here, to be honest with you.
Oh, I'm sure he is. But he is doing the class thing. And Peyton Manning understands it.
And don't you believe that those Baltimore Ravens don't appreciate it also? And
Absolutely.
they'll remember that.
Look at the respect between a great defense and a great quarterback. Brilliant night for Peyton Manning. He'll be shoulder to shoulder with Dan Marino soon. He has 2 games to go to tie and break that record. The Colts win it at home, 20-10 for Joe Theismann, Paul McGuire, Susie Culver, and our entire ESPN crew. This is Mike Patrick. Good night from Indianapolis. Merry Christmas, everyone. We'll see you next week.
ESPN thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.
Time right about now. Peyton Manning in a wicked, unique one-on-one conversation. He explains the passion that drives his determination to shatter the NFL touchdown record. It's all happening right now.
Can you dig it?
This is SportsCenter.
'Tis the season in the NFL. The mercury is dropping, but Buffalo rising. And T.O. goes down, but with the Eagles. Plus, when is a game-time touchdown not a game-time touchdown? While in the NBA, Orlando's Magic Act shows up in Miami as Shaq turns up the heat on his critics.
I've been cheered before, I've been booed before, but that's not going to break me. 48 touchdowns, I'm telling you folks, it's a ton.
Respect SportsCenter on your TV dial. John Anderson, Stuart Scott, 48 touchdowns. It's what Peyton Manning was looking for on Sunday night. Didn't quite get it. Stuck at 47. We'll see all the highlights and hear the whys, the whos, and the wheres coming up shortly. But first,
I guess we'll kick it off with the Vikings and Lions. And you only got to win by 1. but you never know when it's the one you don't score that'll make the difference. The NFC North is freezing, it's cold, it's December, and of course we're playing indoors. Second quarter, 7-3 Vikes. 3rd and 24 from Minnesota. They'll get that. They'll get everything. Randy Moss behind the defense. 82-yard pitch and catch. Longest hookup between Culpepper and Moss in their careers. 3 TD passes, 404 yards for Culpepper. 51st time they've hooked up. All right, Joey Harrington playing with the flu, but playing like a man. Fourth quarter, 21-13 Vikes. Harrington to Oz Hakeem. He's got it. Oz. He gets rid of it, pitches to Sean Bryson, 62-yard gain. Just a little something special they made up on the fly, I guess. Later in the drive, 3rd and 5, 9 yards out. Harrington finds Roy Williams. That's good for a touchdown. Big Roy, 7 catches, 104 yards, 2 touchdowns. They're going to have to go for 2 on the 2-point conversion. Harrington's pass can be a flotation device. And it is good for the next drive for the Vikings. 3rd and 2 from the 11. Mo Williams, 11-yard touchdown run. He only carried it twice, but makes the most of that one. 28-21 Vikings. Ensuing drive, 2nd and 10. No timeouts left. Clock's dying. 30 seconds to go. Finds Hakeem with a bullet. 15-yard line. Spike it will go again. Now 2nd and 10 after the spike. Roy Williams. He's a biggin. Throw it over there to him. We've got pass interference against Derek Ross. 1st and goal. Let's go right back to the rookie, shall we? Williams. You know, big is being special for number 11. Mike Tyson, not pleased with that. Take another look. Single coverage. Brian Williams cannot stop Roy Williams. 28-27. All right, all we got to do is add the PAT, huh? Nothing more automatic than that.
Tie ball game.
Here it comes.
They botched it, and he's taken down. Ball game. The Detroit Lions imploded. The Detroit Lions imploded.
What did I tell you? Detroit does not believe that they can win.
That is a full-on North Dallas 40 moment. Rookie Don Muhlbach says, you know, no one ever knows your name till you mess up. He did there. Vikes are going to win this thing by a point. Harrington crushed. 28-27. Mooch trying to fire up his guys best he can.
You don't gain anything by being afraid to make a mistake. Would you rather push it down and try and make a play and, you know what, say I'm gonna walk out of here with a win, or would you rather go back to the locker room saying, you know what, we came close. I'm tired of saying we came close.
Wind chill factor well below 0 for the Packers and Jags. Should I add that the Jags live in Florida?
Okay.
Yeah, they ain't used to it.
Take geography for 200, please.
Brett Favre. What? Well, it's Brett, so he can do that, but he did hurt his left wrist. Bruised it, but he's Brett, so he stays in the game. Later, 2nd, 7-3 Jags. This is the definition of bananas. Byron Leftwich drilled by Kabir Baja-Biamila. Ball is loose. As they try to help Leftwich up, we see Darren Sharper jumping into the Lambeau crowd. How did that happen? Well, here's what happened. Look at Vince Menawai. Nonchalantly picked it up. Sharper just took it from him, took it to the house for a 6th career defensive touchdown. Jack Del Rio challenges vehemently.
Good throw.
But the replay shows Leftwich's arm not moving forward. It is called a fumble. Touchdown, Packers up 10-7. 3rd quarter, when Fred Taylor's healthy, young man's got skills. 32-yard score, 165 yards rushing, 35th career 100-yard game. Jags up 21-17. Later 3rd, Favre intercepted by Rasheem Mathis. Brett caused 4 turnovers. He knew that was one of the worst passes he's ever thrown. Later, Jags ball, 3rd and goal. Taylor, stuck. Del Rio, former linebacker, you know he's going to go for it. On 4th and goal, Greg Jones, get at me, son. Remember, Brett and the Pack 34-0 at home in the regular season when it's 34 degrees or colder. This is ugly Packers ball. Favre to Robert Ferguson, cracked by Donovan Darius. Flag down, Ferguson down. Darius would get ejected. Watch again. Watch Darius's forearm. It'll hit Ferguson right in the head. Now, said Darius afterward, quote, "It was not intentional. I swung up trying to get the ball. That's a technique. Unfortunately, he got hurt. I pray for him." Ferguson carried off. Darius ejected his teammate Marcus Stroud, letting him have it on the sideline. But you see the thumbs up from Ferguson. He got feeling back in his legs on the way to the hospital. Packers trying to get the feeling back. Favre to Antonio Chapman, 371 career touchdown. Pack down 28-23, two-point conversion. They get it to Donald Driver. Pack down 28-25. Onside kick recovered by Nick Sorensen. Jags win it 28-25. Sean, how did Fred Taylor bum rush Green Bay so badly?
All right, Stu, those who think Fred Taylor lacks toughness better recognize this is one of the 5 best backs in the league. Not a big hole there. And I love him getting the tough yards in a very tough game on the road. Steps right through it. Those are 5, 6, 7 tough yards. Again, now 2nd 10. There's no hole there, but he puts his foot in the ground. Explosive, powerful, and also quick. Runs right through it. Don't think Fred Taylor's a finesse runner. Goes through the tackler again 5 yards after contact. And then this. Again, the hole closed off, but he explodes through it. This is exactly what Jacksonville needs. You got an angle on him, safety. He also gets the finesse and the speed. Big play. Jacksonville's on their way with a huge win in Fred Taylor at the top of his game, Stu.
And the Pack, even with the loss on top of the heap, so to speak, even with the loss, Packers become the 9th team ever to start a season 1-4 and still make the playoffs. But check out the NFC North race. It's crazy. Packers clinch that playoff spot, but Friday's showdown with Minnesota means the NFC North title is on the line. Vikings, meanwhile, will clinch at least a playoff berth with a win against the Packers. Packers get the crown with the win.
Cowboys, Eagles, this time without the controversy of a towel-clad little tart, although Andy Reid and Kites, that thought ain't exactly a pretty picture. You know what I'm saying, Stu? Terrell Owens needs that one touchdown to put the man in the skivvies. Third quarter, Eagles down 7-6. McNabb to Terrell Owens. Tackled awkwardly by Roy Williams, and that's it for T.O. Gonna limp off the field. Take another look. It's not that pretty. X-rays negative. That's the good news. Some swelling. Andy Reid says probably will sit out next week. There you see the right ankle turn back and Fortunately, they don't need him for a long time. McNabb thoughts on playing without his man T.O.
We've been in 3 NFC championships, without T.O. So the guys just have to understand that, their number's going to be called, and when the number's called, we just have to be able to execute.
Again, they really don't need him back until January 15th or 16th, which will be their first playoff game. Same drive, McNabb throws deep for Greg Lewis. Instead, he gets Terrence Newman. Nice play by the K-Stater. McNabb certainly frustrated by that. Eagles offense struggling without Owens. Later in the third, Todd Pinkston running his route. Here's your man Pinkston getting worried about the defender. He dropped another one. Late in the fourth, McNabb looking to win the game down 7-6. You know what? Sometimes you ain't got anybody who can catch it. You got to do it yourself. 2nd and 10 on the 49 is good for 12 and a first down. Next play, McNabb, trouble. Off he goes again. Number 5, don't let him out of the pocket. He'll hurt you. 18 yards on that scamper, football term, first down. 2nd and goal, $1:58 to go. Handoff to Dorsey, Levens. All right, something good happened for the Packers, or at least a former one. Eagles up 12-7 after a failed 2-point conversion. Cowboys down 12-7, fourth quarter, and Vinny has thrown just some killer interceptions in the fourth quarter for the Cowboys. Lito Shepard's got that one, and the Eagles win at 12-7 and have clinched home field advantage throughout the playoffs. It boils down really to that one game that you want, the title game in the conference playoffs. Home field throughout, what's it mean? Well, for the Eagles, as you can see, the last 2 years, not so much since 1999. Only the 99 Rams went on to win the Super Bowl.
Sunday's primetime matchup straight ahead inside SportsCenter. Ray Lewis and the Ravens trying to halt Peyton's historic push. Plus,
fires a quick look, and Reggie's got it, touchdown!
48 touchdowns. I'm telling you, folks, it's a ton.
Do not miss Peyton Manning talking touchdowns, toughness, and what it takes to be the NFL's best ever. The San Diego Chargers putting together one of the best ever turnarounds in recent NFL history. Sunday, Drew Brees and company going to the Dogs, the Snowy Dogs. And on the way, Shaquille O'Neal and the Heat host Grant Hill and the Magic. Plus, the Diesel explains what his skills can do for the man he calls Flash.
It's my job to make him lethaler. It's my job to make him the lethalest, if that's a word.
Yeah, come on, let's get out of here.
When the best tasting light beer in the world and your friends connect.
Good morning.
It's easy to lose track of time. Sam Adams Light, the taste of good times.
Sports Center, brought to you by Zales, the Diamond Store, and Samuel Adams. When you are ready for a distinctive brew, Samuel Adams, always a good decision.
A chance at some history. Peyton Manning, 46 touchdown passes this season, 2 shy of Dan Marino's record, but he got to face the Ravens. Ray Lou and company, Ed Reed and company. But Manning's like, yo, Ray Lou, Ed Reed, you went to W. So did Reggie Wayne at W. Wayne, first time over 1,000 yards receiving. That was good for 22. Same drive, ball in the 7. Manning's pass, almost picked by Chad Williams. Next play, looking for number 47, touchdown pass, almost picked by Will Demps. Colts settled for a field goal. Later first, on the sky cam play of the game, Jamal Lewis. Big ups to the big brother. 47 yards carrying kids. 20 carries, 130 on the ground, 25th career, 100-yard game. That led to a field goal to tie it at 3. Second quarter, Manning, the pass to Marvin Harrison. And for the 6th straight year, Peyton Manning goes over 4,000 yards passing. After a late Mike Doss interception, Manning in the shotgun, looking for Marcus Pollard. 31 yards. Colts get a field goal. They're up 6-3 at recess. But it's only the second time this year Peyton does not have a touchdown pass in the first half. Third quarter, Manning, though, getting righteous down the middle. Yo, you got to cover Marv, right? How he going to get wide open?
Cover better than that.
82nd career touchdown hookup for Peyton and Marv. 47th touchdown of the year. Here's how I got wide open. There's the post corner, and there's the corner post, where he just freaked the cornerback. Wide open. Third quarter, Ravens down 13-3. Matt Stover trying the field goal, blocked, recovered by Von Hutchins, takes it to the 30-yard line. Take another look. Stover's kick hits his own man, Benny Anderson, right in the back of the noggin. Benny's like, yo, what's that, man? You need some Tylenol, dog. On the ensuing drive, Manning hands off to Edrin. Here's the thing about the Colts, though. They could have gone for the touchdown pass to tie it. Better odds with a touchdown run by Edge, 20-3 Colts. Early fourth, Stover, 36-yard field goal, good. But flag thrown. Refs, they get together. What do you think? What do you think? I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? They call offsides on the Colts. Brian Billick says take the 3 off the board and go for it, and they do. Todd Heap, one of the best tight ends in the game. Touchdown, 20-10 Colts. Late fourth quarter, Manning called off the field for the field goal and not happy about it. That was on 4th down. So on the field goal, Mike Vanderjagt, 33 yards, misses. You think Manning wasn't happy then? I think he said a wordy dird. Late fourth, Kyle Bowler driving, picked by Cato June. Cato taking that thing back to the house. Do not sleep on Indianapolis' defense. Remember, Tony Dungy, defensive whiz. But wait on the return. June actually stepped out of bounds on the 4-yard line. So Peyton has a chance to tie Dan Marino. But Manning, classy, classy, classy. Took a knee. Much love from another classy man. Ray Lewis. Colts win 20-10.
This Skycam play of the game, brought to you by Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL. Get ready for the game.
For the first time this year, Manning does not get at least 2 touchdown passes. This is what he averaged coming into Sunday, over 300 yards a game, completing about 69%. It ain't like he had a bad game. Most any quarterback would take it. Manning takes the win, always more important. And after the game, Susie Colbert caught up with Peyton to talk about the win and not the record.
Oh, Peyton Manning 1 away from the touchdown record. What are you thinking as you kneel at the goal line?
Well, that's the right way to play it. I mean, if they would have called timeout right there, maybe it'd be a little bit different. But they were kind of conceding that the game was over. Hey, we always said this record, if it happens in the normal process of a game, that's fine. But the idea was to win a game Baltimore's got an excellent team, an outstanding defense. This feels good to get the victory tonight.
You have to deal with the media blitz now for at least another game. How are you handling it?
Well, I'm really trying to enjoy it, Susie. I realize it's not going to happen again, probably. It's kind of a fun ride. We're winning games. We've won 7 in a row now. We're going to be in the playoffs, still fighting for a top seed. Still got a great, tough game against San Diego next week. But I'm enjoying the run. That's what it's about. I'm playing football. We're winning. Anything that comes along with it, I'm going to enjoy it.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Okay, thanks, Susie.
Peyton found out what most kids find out. That Raven defense a little tough. Them boys get a little swole up when it comes to allowing touchdown passes. They've allowed an NFL low 11 this year, have allowed 1 or less in 12 of their 14 games. They allowed Peyton 1, but they also took the loss. Sean Salisbury, freakazoid. Holla at us.
All right, Stu, you know what you mentioned about getting in the red zone. They've had some 30 touchdown passes in the red zone. But this is why the Colts, you must take them serious in the playoffs. Manning, instead of going for the record, the matchup problem they create, not only Edgerrin James, but with the passing attack. Red zone, handed off, walks in untouched. Now have a great look at this from a different angle above and watch what they do. You count guys in the box, 5 of them. You got 6 Colts to block them. This is a mismatch problem. Look how spread out the Ravens defense is. Everybody in the building knows they're going to throw it, right? Absolutely not. Hand it to Edgerrin James, and John, the record will wait a week.
Well, as you see, the guy's not exactly chopped liver here, Sean. Comparing Manning and Marino's season, Peyton just 1 away from the record. We got that. He's still ahead of his pace, certainly, by 7 touchdowns, closing in on the yardage mark, although he's got to get to $5 grand there. Let's just look at the touchdown-interception ratio. I believe 5-1 is excellent.
Still ahead, a team from sunny San Diego has to go to the snow to try and clinch a division. Meanwhile, back at the ranch in Kansas City, the sunny team is getting help from a Bronco or 2 or 3. Shaq helping himself down in South Beach. Coming up, the Heat hosting the Magic. Shaquille O'Neal showing some love and getting some in return in Miami. And what in the world would George Steinbrenner possibly want with Carlos Beltran? I don't know. How about 8 postseason home runs? How serious is this courtship? We got the answer.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
No, Mr. Hugenacker, I insist. Take that back for you there, Mr. Hugenacker.
Oh, no, I can manage. Are you sure?
Hello, Mr. Hugenacker. Come back and see us real soon.
It's a pleasure having you, Mr. Hugenacker. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Bogey, my man, your car is ready.
Hope you had a good time. Mr. Hugenacker.
More style, more class. The redesigned Camry SE. Now that's moving you forward.
I've got incomplete beer on Edward. Attempting to rock with a beer that has less flavor. Replacing with genuine flavor. Cold filtered smooth. Miller Genuine Draft. Whoa! I've also got unnecessary spandex on Edward. Too much information. Rockstar status? Decline. Play beer.
Miller, good call.
We're with Don Everest, known in the poker world as the Matador.
If we're gonna hurt him in a cash game, you gotta get out of the kiddie pool and start making moves.
Tilt. Premieres Thursday, January 13th, 9 p.m. on ESPN.
If you've been waiting for prices to come down to buy a new computer, then this is your lucky day.
We finally got a computer.
Presenting the AOL Optimized PC. It's ready to go right out of the box. This fully loaded computer has it all. Big monitor, color printer, stereo speakers, and all the software you need, including AOL 9.0 Optimized. AOL wants to help everyone get online, so now you can get all the internet has to offer.
And the best part? Knowing that my kids are safer online with AOL. For me, that's peace of mind.
Just sign up for a year of AOL, and this complete computer system is yours for under $300. Try it risk-free for 30 days. AOL guarantees your satisfaction or your money back.
To order the AOL Optimized PC and a 1-year subscription to AOL, call 1-800-343-8512 or order online at AOLPC.com. Order now.
Broncos Chiefs, never fun to visit Arrowhead. Less fun when you're struggling. Denver, looking for a division title. Opening kickoff, Dante Hall. That baller is unusual and exceedingly peculiar and altogether impossible to describe. Bad. 97-yard kick return for a touchdown. 9th career kickoff or punt return for a touchdown. 13th career touchdown overall. His touchdowns for his career average 82 yards per play. Second quarter, 21-7 Kansas City. Larry Johnson went off. Nice blocking from the O-line. 30 carries, 151 yards, 3 straight games over 100. Remember, he used to be in Vermille's doghouse. Third quarter, Trent Green to Sammy Parker, the rookie's first NFL touchdown. Chiefs win 45-17, their 15th straight December home win.
Chargers, Browns, there appears to be accumulation in Cleveland. The Bolts might be from San Diego. Marty Schottenheimer, he knows how to play there on the shores of Lake Erie. LaDainian Tomlinson, pounded to him, 1 yard. 7-0 Chargers. 11 straight games with a TD for Tomlinson. Second quarter, Drew Brees, who threw just 6 passes in this game. That's an all-time low for the Bolts as a team. Hits his man Antonio Gates, and, well, nobody's going to catch him. He's in. 12 touchdown a year, ties NFL record for TDs in the season by a tight end. He's special. Third quarter, 3rd and goal. Tomlinson, another yard, another touchdown. 21-0 Chargers.
It's a great accomplishment to know that, you know, this is probably far from what a lot of people thought about us, but the fact is we stuck together and we trusted one another, and I think we always expected to be in this position.
Drew Brees and the Chargers, AFC West champs, first playoff berth in a decade. Chargers, 3rd team since the AFL-NFL merger in '70 to win a division after having at least a share of the league's worst record the previous season. Colts in '99 and 1975 also accomplished the turnaround feat. A little more in depth on San Diego. Here's how the Chargers have turned it around. Drew Brees has been downright awesome. Throwing 24 TD passes, just 6 interceptions. He could make some money as a free agent. I just got a feeling. Certainly his help behind him.